I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, when we get deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh boy, I knew y'all didn't think I wasn't gonna touch on this. Oh, I know you didn't think that I was gonna let Miss Joy Reid. Oh yes, I'm going in tonight. Listen, family. These bootlicking Democrat shields and the conservative ones, but we talking about the Democrat shield billies over here tonight. Okay. We've long called it on where they're going. Coonan does not have a retirement plan. And the shield billies that seem to not get this the most are the tether class shield billies. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to light them up tonight. Family, give me a black fist in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Black fist or black thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure that we get any type of audio issue straightened out if we have them here tonight. Back to business, let me check on my end. I want to make sure that we get sounding good on my end. It matters how it sounds to you all, though. Can y'all hear me loud and clear in my chat room? Because that's something that I can actually be bothered to do. Unlike some people, yeah, I'm seeing some black fists and thumbs up. Okay, good. You know, I'm going to assume that everybody can hear me clearly. Family, listen. We get so sick and tired of these Democrat shield billies acting all shocked and surprised like they didn't see it coming. Oh, my God, I thought I was the special pet Negro. Well, you're not. None of you are. Family, we told y'all that the minute that Kamami lost that election, they was going to start trimming the fat. Oh, boy, look. That was Pork Chop was Prime Real Martin and Boule Bird Al Sharpton. That was their last big bag for a long time from the Democrat Party. Oh, they better get out and see. That's why they out here trying to get their hostess on, talking about boycotts and all this other stuff. That's the only way they're finna get their money. Because the Democrat Party is like, hey, if you shillbillies can't deliver the Negro vote, we don't need you. That's just the long and short of it, family. So we're going to be covering Joy Ann Reid over here tonight and a couple of more issues over here that you all probably didn't know about in the news cycle. I get it. A lot of people have already covered this, but I'm going to come at it from several different angles here tonight, and we're going to thread several other needles that I didn't hear anybody else talking about, okay? So now, before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope all of you are doing fantastic. I am. Let me scroll up and greet my esteemed guests that I see join us in the building here. But I can see everybody. I see Panther Strike in here. Manhattan Black is in the building. I see Sister Kenny T is joining us. V. Mosby, I see you. Patricia Jenkins is in here. Only Pamela's Way is joining us. My brother Bruce is in here. Mrs. L, salute to you and your husband. I see Tanisha Murdoch in here. Let's see. I don't miss anybody. My good brother Diesel Mike on the highways and byways. What's going on, partner? Let's see. Charlie X, Derek Parker's in here. Jason Ferreira. My Lieutenant Tam Chen is in the building. What's going on? Let's see. Theater of the Observers in here. Let's see. Don't miss anybody that I see. B1 Satin Doll. And that's all I see so far. But salute and welcome to everybody else that'll be joining us in attendance here. So, family, we're going to go ahead and play a new sponsor here for you. I think y'all going to like this one. I told y'all I've been finding some new things that I think y'all will find pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? To laugh at, because, we're going to get our clown on over here tonight, but it's going to be several lessons taught because we're going to get deep on this one tonight, family, okay? So at the beginning of the broadcast, too, I want to mention this before we play the sponsor. Going to be having another X Space this Friday. I think that's going to be probably the night that I hold the X Space. A lot of y'all have been asking me to do more of those. So I'm thinking Friday nights at 9 o'clock will be the designated night. We'll do our X Spaces. We got one coming up. If you are a member of the Patreon, you already saw the title of it. That's going to be a very important one, okay? Because I'm going to want brothers and sisters to chime in on this one, okay? Now, advance notice, in case you've never been in one of my X Spaces. I don't do the Clubhouse thing on Twitter, okay? X, whatever you want to call it. And I'm aware of how other people's X Spaces operate, where it's a bunch of foolishness and trolls and all that. No. You come over to my X Space, you in the grown folks' house. So, usually, just like my audience over here, my X Spaces tend to attract a certain intellectual crowd amongst Black America, amongst men and women. And, look, a lot of people don't, they might find we talking about boring or whatever. Good. You need entertainment, go somewhere else. We'll crack a joke here or there. But when we're discussing something over on my platforms, we get down to business, okay? Grown Black American business, all right? That's what we do, all right? So it's giving people advance notice on that. Now, I'm going to play this sponsor for y'all. I'm going to warn you, I got to give the disclaimer in advance. If you're eating something or drinking something, put it down, because I value my audience. I don't want anybody to get choked and blame. I was watching GBS channel and he showed something so funny. I choked. Nah. I always try to give you advance warning when I find something that's pretty funny, because usually I can tell that most of y'all have a similar sense of humor to me. And if I think it's funny, I'm like, yeah, my audience is going to enjoy it. So I'm going to play this new sponsor here. I don't know if y'all have seen this before or not, but those of you that hadn't, you're in for a hell of a treat. I'm going to let this ride all the way out. Let it play.
I just paid off my student loan. It's tough getting older. Went into an antique store, they wouldn't let me leave. I tried using that face aging app. They said, nah, you're good. I'm officially an old man. I give unwanted advice to total strangers. I told a kid to pull his pants up, his underwear was showing. He mocked me, tried to give me a wedgie, but the joke was on him. I was wearing Depends. I went to the doctor because I thought I had arthritis. I don't. I have early onset rigor mortis. Anybody ever drop their phone in the toilet? There you go. I did, and after I did, I put my phone in a bag of rice. Anybody ever drop a bag of rice in the toilet? I joined a dating site for people my age called Carbon Dating. I asked a woman on the site for her number. She told me it was 140/95. I flunked out of college twice. First time because I was a drunk. Second time I was sober, but it was hard. I got arrested once for drunk driving. Not only was I drunk, but I'd been smoking hash. When I took the breathalyzer test, I inhaled, tried to pass it to the cop. YOLO. So I was arrested, pled guilty. For my community service, I left the community. Used to smoke cigarettes. I was a heavy smoker. I would even smoke when I went jogging, which is stupid, of course. So I quit jogging. I love smoking cigarettes. I'd smoke after sex. I'd smoke during sex. Sometimes I would skip sex and just smoke cigarettes. Before I got my hearing aids, my crowd work was terrible. I asked an audience member where he was from. He said, my mama. I heard Miami and said, I've been there. I am 74 years old. Life expectancy for men is 76 years. Life expectancy for women is 81 years. I figure if I transition...
Hey, man, little something new for y'all, man. Little something new, man. Boy, that white dude is funny to me, man. That last one where he was talking about the life expectancy, he figured he would transition to get some more years. Oh, man. Hey, listen, I stay trying to find out something new. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we going to get down to brass tacks here tonight. Yeah, it's that time. On your screen here, let's take a look. This is just 3 of the many that this has happened to over the years. Up top, up left, you probably forgot who she is. Melissa Harris Perry. Okay, yeah, that's right. She once upon a time had a show. Yeah, she actually had a show. That was a thing. Okay, I know y'all probably forgot who she is, but right to the right of her is Miss Tiffany Black men need to fall in line and get behind black women cross. Okay? Yeah, we saw what they did to her. And she was boohooing and crying when her time came to. And right down here on the bottom, oh, yes, the tether of the hour, the tether winch of the hour, rather. Joy Ann Reid. Now, let me go ahead and say something. Because I get it. People cover news however they choose to cover it on their platforms. I don't tell nobody what to do. But goddamn it, we're going to get these jokes in over here. I'm not doing that virtue signaling, taking the high road. When they go low, we go high. Fuck that. We going to the depths of hell over here tonight. I'm just letting you know that right now, okay? So for all them people that's so offended, you shouldn't make fun of everybody losing their job. Hey, man, fuck you and everything you stand for. I don't owe this bitch or none of them no respect. When you disrespect foundational black American freedmen, I don't have to be polite. I don't have to tap dance about it. I don't have to sugarcoat about it. I don't do that on this channel, okay? I don't do that on any platform. Look, that's one of the problems. And look, I get it. I understand why a lot of people try to take the high road on stuff. And that's okay. I don't have no problem with people that do that. But everybody's not going to do it. Because, see, at the end of the day, let me tell you something, man. That's really been one of the problems in Black America that really kind of keeps us held at bay with a lot of things that we could be advancing at. That's when we're being too kind or too forgiving towards people. Let me tell you something. You teach people how to treat you, and you have to draw a hard line in the sand. And for me, these bootlicking parasites, they are pariahs in Black America. So they're not going to get no respect over here. So I'm just letting you know that. Right now, for anybody, you shouldn't say that. No, fuck that. If you don't like the way I'm talking, get the fuck off my channel and don't come back. I don't mince words over here. Okay? So now, these jokers that you're looking at on the screen here, see, they never learn. They never learn. And particularly tonight's broadcast, I'm talking to the entirety of my lineage. But I want to definitely drill this point home to a foundational Black American freedmen sisters and our own Code 9 FBA sisters that's got some sense that, you know, you don't disrespect our lineage, and you over here, whether you are a first generation immigrant, second generation, whatever, if you on code, we ain't got a bit of problem with y'all. We talking about these tethers, okay? And we get on the tethers just like we get on those from our lineage, all right? So the message here I really want Black women to pay attention to, because I'm going to do my best to break this down. Most of y'all over here already get it, but just in case you're new to the channel and you don't. One of the reasons why I go so hard in the paint, especially on these female shillbillies, okay, is because I don't like seeing our women being made fools of, being useful idiots, so to speak. I don't like seeing no Black person being that, but gotta call it what it is. Primarily, looking at the numbers, a lot of women in the community tend to lean towards the Democrats and pro policies, okay? Instead of picking the political middle, which is where your political strong suit is, and being unpredictable. See, when you're a wild card, nobody knows which way you're going to go. So that's what we've been trying to tell people over here in these new Black media spaces. Most of us are trying to tell people we don't owe loyalty to the Democrats. Damn sure don't owe it to the Republicans. The political middle is where we stay, and we make them compete for our vote, okay? But see, you know, when you try to tell some of these types that follow these women on this screen here, oh, you know where they come talking to, especially the Black men. Oh, well, you need to take a civics class. I'm like, man, if you don't shut your goofy ass up, a lot of us could explain how the government work top to bottom better than any of them understand it. Because, see, even if they get the basic functions on the surface, what they're not good at, and pun intended, they're not good at reading the room, okay? They're not. Because they get to thinking that once they get on these network television stations, once they get in these political parties, once they get some of these federal jobs, or we see what's happening with that, and it's only a small percentage of Black people losing their jobs. But nonetheless, the point that's being made here is, unfortunately, there's a demographic of our women that are easily fooled by thinking, okay, I'm in the special club now. And salute to the good brother Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good man. They start thinking they're in the special club, and you have sensible Black women and Black men that are like, hey, man, them folks ain't gonna never accept you just because you get in a bag now, just because you get to go to their little parties and they introduce you to certain people that are white, that are important figures, and they let you come in, you know what I'm saying, actually sit at the table with them. That doesn't mean that you're accepted by them, okay? So that's what we're going to be going here tonight. So we're going to get started analyzing Joy Jobless Reid, because that's what she is. Okay, whether anybody likes me saying that or not, the bitch don't have a job. And I'm not going to lose no sleep or shed no tears over it. Fuck that motherfucker. And that go for any of the men too, because see, for me, let me reiterate my stance in case you're new to my channel. I don't call people that betray the community brothers and sisters. I don't do that, okay? I don't play that game. Now, anybody else who wants to be foolish enough to do that, that's on you. I refuse to play that game. One of the things that's really going to hold us back in Black America as far as us getting where we're supposed to be is not knowing when to throw out the trash. I'm not saying don't give people second chances, but there's certain individuals that prove that they weren't interested in no type of redemption at all, and they can't be trusted. I posit to you this: anybody that sell out the community can't be trusted. I'm not going to trust you. You still, if all they got to do is pass you a bag full of money and tell you, hey, oh, you know, you not like the rest of them, this, that, the third, and you go sell us out, hey, man, I'm done with you. There will never be any way on God's green earth, as long as I have my sanity, that I will call you a brother or sister in the community, and I will not accept you back in. I will not trust you. If you're around certain individuals that play that stupid game, I'll get the fuck away from them too. Because you better understand, in this hour of our history, if we don't learn from our history, we all know this cliche quote. It's very true. Those that don't learn from their history are doomed to repeat it. You understand? You better understand what that cost our ancestors on them plantations. When any slave rebellion that was planned, that was thwarted, it was motherfuckers like these, whether they of our lineage or not. The ones that master could pull to the side, knowing that master just beat the shit out you and violated your kinfolks just the previous day, but he can pull you to the side and tell you, hey, look, you know, I give you one of these butter biscuits, or, you know, you can't sleep over here in the big house. If you just tell on them what they doing out there, you're also master, and each time go and tell and throw your stupid ass right back out there in the barn in the field with the rest of the field Negro. Huh? Yeah, that's how I look at things, okay? You got a lot of people that don't have sense enough to look at it from that simplistic point of view. But see, when your life is on the line, you don't have time to play them games with these people, man. So as a foundational Black American freedman, man, I'm going to be the one that stand in the gap and be like, the rest of you goofballs can play that game talking about brother or sister in the community. I'm not one of them, okay? I learned from my mistakes, all right? And I learned from watching the mistakes of others, all right? Now, we're going to play what Joy Ann Jobless Reid had to say, because see, our family, the problem with this is a lot of people were actually looking at this situation before all of this went down. Instead of Joy Ann Reid saying, okay, there seems to be some activists out here on the Black grassroots. Instead of saying, let's reach out and talk to somebody that's out here, this bitch decided to call us Russian bots. And she wasn't the only one. That's what she decided to do. You gonna hop out there and do white daddy work for him. Okay, well, you gonna get the same work that white daddy get. So that's where I'm coming at it from, all right? The intelligent thing to do, if you were really a journalist seeks out the truth and is supposed to seek out news stories, okay? And one of the ways that you do that, if you're a professional journalist, you got to get out there and talk to people. You didn't invite anybody on your little whack ass show. All you did was put out disinformation and misinformation. Isn't that ironic? The same shit they accused us of, that's what they put out. And see, before we get started, I'm gonna drop one more thing on you. Family, y'all know the reason why she killed Granny with that Russian bot line? Because we all caught them red-handed at this when that election ended. The reason why they run with the Russian bot line is this. The Democrats are great at projection. Remember during the time of the election when they was campaigning heavy for Kamami and her tub wash greens? All them damn Democrat bots just all over the place. Oh, just trolling 24/7, day and night, trolling any and everybody with channel large and small, trolling. And then as soon as the bitch lost, you don't see them no more. A lot of us picked accounts and tracked them. Them accounts terminated, suspended. That's how we know they were biased. Because you know most people, if they're using an active Twitter account, they don't just delete their whole account for no reason unless the platform suspends them. Nah, all these motherfuckers just disappeared. account deactivated, gone. So, when you engaged in all types of chicanery, you try to project that shit onto other people. And see, thing about Joy Ann Reid, she gonna get the same treatment that Alvin the Chipmunk Bragg, Letitia James, Fannie the Mammy Willis, and a couple others. Y'all are next. Trust me, the orange man is not bullshitting. He ain't even been into his presidency a good 3 months. He ain't even come close to being we ain't nowhere near him being in 3 months yet. Whooping ass and taking names, and I'm gonna tell you right now, don't have that Holly Berry moment where you come running, nigga. Nope. And see, I'm the one. Let me tell you what I would do in that movie before we get into this. If I was in that movie, and the bitch would have came running there after the way she treated us, I'd be like, hey man, I'd have cut that bitch off before she'd got halfway in there. I'd have, no, you got to turn around. You was the one telling Master to beat us. Get on back over there. I hate it for you. You better get over there and see if he got some crumbs for you. Don't bring your motherfucking ass back over here. See, you got to have men, and I'm focusing primarily on men when I say that. You got to have men amongst the lineage that have that attitude that I have. Do you understand what a gatekeeper is supposed to be? Hell, I'll give you a better word than gatekeeper. Watchman, huh? I take that just as seriously as if I was on post watching my station, okay? The person that's on watch, you don't take no breaks. You don't go to sleep. You keep your eye out to keep what's coming, anything from coming in or going out that's not supposed to. You're supposed to be on point. Because if not, that's a security breach, okay? So that's how serious I take it. We're going to get started, and I'm going to be stopping this to critique things where need be. Let's get into it.
My show had value, and that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like being on TV, so I apologize.
Let me go ahead and get started right now. Sisters, I want you to listen to me. She said that she thought her show had value. Now, the intelligent question that I would pose to Joy Ann Reid and the rest of the bootlicks, even those are the few remaining that are on network TV, on any of these liberal networks, who do you think your show had value to? Who you think your show had value to? See, this is a case of getting high off your own supply. And see, this is why I constantly teach my audience over here that arrogance and ego is not a strength, it's a detriment. Now, I get it. There are a lot of other platforms out here, some in particular, that tend to tout arrogance as if it's a strength. No, it's not. And I'm gonna break it down for anybody that hadn't heard me say this before, or any younger person that thinks that being arrogant is some type of strength. Arrogance is a weakness because it blinds you to the reality in front of your face, okay? Think about the parable of the emperor that has no clothes, all right? Arrogance is a detriment. It is never a strength, all right? Because see, when you have an inflated ego of yourself, especially in corporate America around them folks like that, you start thinking you're more important than you really are. This woman is Congolese. A little peanut head ass, same thing as Tiffany Cross and Mark Lamont Hill and the rest of them. They get up there and they forget that your ass is considered black to them people, even if you're not of our lineage. White folks see you as another nigger, okay? No matter what you tell yourself, no matter what contract you sign, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how many pats on the head that you get, no matter how many compliments they give. And see, this what really get them. They don't understand that in order to have a couple of pets on their payroll, white people will throw you a bone and make you feel special every now and again. And I guarantee you they get to prance around other black folks talking about, the time they done spent with this XYZ white person, thinking that make you better than the rest of your people. It doesn't. So again, who did she think her show had value to? Let's go even further, because I want to be thorough with this. She said she thought her show had value. Bitch, if your show had that much value, why you ain't getting paid as much as Rachel Maddow? That should have been your first clue right there. If somebody values something, they make it evident and known that they appreciate it. You weren't getting the Rachel Maddow contract, were you? But you sitting up here with your bullet head ass talking about you thought your show had value. See, what you thought was they was going to use your little goofy ass as a little tether winch pit bull attack dog to come at the foundation of Black American freedmen, attack our reparations, call us Russian bots. And you figured, just like Roland Martin, just like Mark Lamont Hill, just like Tiffany Cross, just like Melissa Harris Perry, you thought that if you cooned them before hard enough, attacking the very people whose elders and ancestors made it possible for your bullet head ass to come over here, you thought that you was going to be special and protected. This is, look, family, I want you to understand that this boule class here on these media network television, they're not as smart as they think they are. Don't ever look at these people as if they're intelligent. Because, see, an intelligent person can read the room. Yeah, I'm going there. Oh, we're going to use that several times here tonight. An intelligent person would look around and say, you know what? Even if I just signed it, because that's the irony about it. She just signed a contract. What was it, last year? You just re-signed your contract and they gave your stupid ass the boot. Oh my God, the irony of that, man. But see, an intelligent person would say, okay, I'm a Black person in corporate America. I've looked before me and I will be taking notes. Okay, what happened to Roland Martin? What happened to Tiffany Cross? What happened to Mark Lamont Hill? See, that's what I would do if I was working in that type of environment. I was like, okay, I see what they did to that Black person. Okay, all right, let me take some notes, you know what I'm saying? But no, not them. The one common denominator that I noticed with these goofballs like this heifer right here, they all think they're smarter than the last one. Oh, you just didn't coon right. You didn't do it the right way. You didn't do it. That's what they think. They think that, okay, I'm smarter than this one. No, you're not. Because if you were, why is there a long list of you that the same shit keep happening to? There's no magic formula that's going to make you useful to them folks after they see that you can't produce for them. See, before I let this heifer go on, because I want all of my people to learn a lesson from this, okay? I got my jokes, but there's things to be learned. Anything that you're a part of, I don't care if it's a sports team, NFL, NBA, corporate America, whatever you're a part of, that's a business, and the media industry is a business. You better look at how they're connected to these political parties. If they lose, they're losing money. When businesses lose money, the people that run the business are going to start assessing things and saying, okay, where did we go wrong? What did we spend money on that didn't work? Why did we pay this person and they weren't effective? They're going to go down a laundry list of things and start tweaking stuff and saying, okay, we can't do this again. See, if she was smart, she would have been paying attention to how angry these Democrat Party voters are at Command Me for blowing that bag. And she $20 million in debt. And they wonder where the fuck they money at. Them people saying they ain't going to give another dime to the Democratic Party. We don't get into that later on here tonight. So I'm showing you how they're not intelligent. This is why I'm going on about this. If they were really as smart as they claim to be, the boule class, they would say, okay, these white folks, because that's mostly who it is, white, heavy Democrat donors have lost a lot of money. They're pissed. Hey, I'm probably better make some different moves here. You know what I'm saying? See, if she was smart, she would have been planning her exit from the beginning. In other words, let me tell you what I would advise somebody, okay? Let's just say this heifer was a colleague of mine or a friend of mine. Let me talk to y'all because I want y'all to understand the way you're supposed to move as a Black person in business, okay? And when I say in business, even if you're not a business owner, I'm talking about in corporate America, whatever the case may be. Always at the beginning, if possible, always at the beginning of whatever you do to earn a living, okay, especially if you're punching somebody else's clock, always have another alternative or be looking on working to build that because nothing is promised to you, especially if you're not the owner of your own business. You punching these people's clock, you're supposed to always be looking for an opportunity to be like, okay, if these white folks say, hey, it's been real, it's been fun, it's cool, but yeah, I'm going to hire my dumbass nephew that don't have no experience. Now, I know you've been here 10 years, but if you stay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to put him over you, and you're going to train him to be your supervisor, okay? So if you don't want to do that, I'm gonna have to let you go, little LaQuisha and little Tyrone. Okay. So what LaQuisha and Tyrone would do if they're smart is say, okay, cool. I already know how this goes. I'm already looking here. I'm already looking there. I already got this set up. I'm making connections here. So that way, if you have to transition out of something, it's a smooth transition. You understand? Proper planning will always facilitate a smooth transition into the next thing that you're going to be doing. Don't sit there and like this heifer here crying with this little peanut head and you having a rough transition. Because see, before I let it play, you know who ain't going to give the bitch a job? Roland Martin. Oh yeah, I said it, fat boy. I'm talking to you, Pork Chop Numbers Prime Ribs Martin, the last king of chicken wings, you sandwich Sultan you. I guarantee you, where's Joy Ann? Don't come up this way, because I got the bag from the Democrats. It got to last me a long time. This is my sandwich money. I can't give you a job. No, you can't sweep the floors. I see you. You look like you like to eat. You can't get anywhere near my food. Get away from this. I can't hire you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he's not gonna hire her. It's not gonna happen. So Joy, don't go looking at Roland. Oh, you better not go over there to Angela Rye Lives and Tomatoes on the side looking for a job. Because, see, you need to understand something if you're going to go over there with them. You better understand Glitter Boy Gillum run that show. He can only be one Devo. I see y'all laughing. I got to tell the truth over here tonight. I'm not playing. Glitter Boy Gillum over there with Angela Rye, Lettuce and Tomatoes on the side. He the diva of that. You can't go over there. Because I know you got a little diva complex going on, man. Glitter Boy Gillum will get to throwing glitter bombs and taking off high heels. Look. Glitter Boy Gillum probably got some high heel shoes with blades in them. So, Joy, you might not better go over there, baby. Okay? You better just, try to reconnoiter, get yourself together and do your own thing, okay? And for God's sake, put a wig on that bald ass head. That shit is horrible, okay? I'm sorry. That's just horrible. She need to do something with that. But anyway, we're gonna let her continue and further break this down.
And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted.
I want y'all to listen to all these things she's going to name, because when she finished, I'm going to point something out that I don't know if many other people touched on. I'm going to let this continue.
And not just Black folks or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues. And yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God.
Okay. So now you heard her rattle off the laundry list of things that she just cares so much about. Kudos to her for caring about all those things. But you know what I didn't hear the hell from Mission? This woman is Congolese. Family, and I don't expect my younger listeners to know, but I'm a man that keeps up with geopolitics, okay? I've traveled many places and seen many things during my lifetime on this earth. Congo, as many regions are, over there in that part of the world, is going through pure D hell. Let me tell you, sister, something right now. I understand that as brothers, we can get on y'all nerves from time to time, but you don't have the problems that them Congolese women have or them little girls have. And I'm not saying this to mock that situation, because it is fucking awful. Man, not only do they have their little tribal bullshit going on, you got foreign soldiers coming over there just violating the women and the children, stealing shit from them left and right. This woman ain't mentioned none of that. Isn't that something? They all come over. See, this is the shameful thing about the tilters. And like I said, I usually hold more of my ire for that towards the tilter class men, because as the men, we're supposed to set the standard for what we tolerate, don't tolerate, what we stand up for, what we don't. We're supposed to take the lead on that. And from there, the women and the children get their confidence from us. But this heifer right here, you come over here, they get that little hyphen, Congolese American, Haitian American, Jamaican American, whatever American, okay? Japanese American, what? They all just throw their prior heritage away. They don't give a fuck about what happened to the people back where they from. Bitch ain't mentioned that not one time, and I doubt she's ever mentioned that on her show. Look, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch a show. I never watched it like that, okay? I just didn't. But if any of you are aware of that, correct me in the chat room. I like to be corrected if I'm wrong. Do any of you, or are any of you aware that Joy Ann Reid has mentioned anything about the Congolese people situation over there in her homeland? Has she ever advocated for them? And she just told us who all she cared about it over there. And look, let me deal with that thing too, about these goofballs always trying to bring up that situation over there between Israel and Palestine. Black people, and I know most of you over here, this don't apply to you, but I'm saying this to make this clear to people that's got sense enough to listen. Black people, you didn't fire not one rocket or not one bomb over there either side of that conflict. Yes, it's terrible. Yes, it's horrible. But that's something that's beyond our control. Nothing that we say about it over here is going to change a damn thing about their situation that's been going on for over 100 years. Nothing we say, no sign you hold up, nothing you going to do is going to change that. I feel bad for the loss of life for the children, especially over there, but I'm not their leadership. I don't run their countries. And furthermore, when people are up, we have learned this lesson throughout decades. When people are up, they don't advocate for us. A lot of times when they come over here, they join the white supremacists against us. I got to go here. The store owner that killed our brother, that called the police on our brother George Floyd and contributed to his death, was a Palestinian. Most of them that come over here, they anti-black as hell. I hate to say it. I'm not going to say all, because if you listen to this broadcast and you're not one of them, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about the problem amongst your people. I'm not going to lie to kick it, okay? I'm going to tell the truth about that. So we don't owe these people any damn thing. We don't. You're not going to show me another group of people on this planet that cast aside their own issues and put our issues above theirs. Why the fuck are we, foundational Black American freedom, always supposed to be them people that we just, never mind the suffering we going through and the business we need to take care of, let's put other people ahead of us. Let me tell you something. If you never thought about it this way, it's going to piss you off, and it's going to piss you off for a good purpose over here. I'm happy to do it. The reason why a lot of people expect us to do that, because they know our history and they still see us as slaves. Oh, they think, okay, yeah, this is what y'all are. This is all you are. So you're going to be a slave for me and my causes. Because you need to understand that a slave is never concerned with their own well-being. They always put other people's well-being before their own. You understand? We through with that. It's a brand new Black First Day over here between Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z. We're not playing that game no more. We're going to set the standard for Generation Alpha so that when they come to take the reins of power, they will have a blueprint to follow long after we're gone, okay? Hopefully we can knock a lot of this shit out the way by working together. Y'all know I call it generational lineage synergy, so that Gen Alpha don't have to deal with most of this bullshit. And we can do that. We can. This is why I'm always preaching that between these three generations here I just mentioned, we need to have mutual respect for one another wherever it's possible and be focused more on working together than finding each other's shortcomings, unless it's addressed in a constructive manner. If it's addressed in a constructive manner, have no issue or problem with that. That's the only way that you make change or course correct, if you address problems in a constructive manner, okay? So, that just always struck me when I saw this. I was like, this woman don't never advocate for her people. See, I'm going to go somewhere that a lot of people ain't going to like. I got to call it what it is. Most of that tether class that get these positions with these networks or political positions, if they screw around, boy, and get Zaddy or Becky, oh man, they've made it. They in hog heaven. That boy, they have transitioned. Cause see, I got to go here. People gonna get mad, but I'm telling the truth. I know not from conjecture. I know from being in these places and having people tell me these damn things and seeing it with my own eyes. Before they get over here, a lot of these people fantasize about being them folks. By them folks, I mean the alabaster people, okay? I'm talking about from the time they little children. They pretend that they, are of the Caucasian persuasion. That's their lifelong dream. Then you got your family telling them, oh, marry a white man or a white woman. They think that's prosperity. Huh? So this is why they're so disconnected, not only from us, but from their own people. Man, let me tell you something, dog. I'm foundational Black American freedmen on both sides of my family. Eight, that's right, 8 foundational Black American freedmen grandparents. But if I was Congolese or anything else and I come from a homeland that was devastated and in turmoil, you couldn't stop me from advocating for my people. I'd be like, y'all just gonna have to fire my black ass. Cause if you're gonna put me up here on this largest platform in front of the world, I'm gonna advocate for my people. That would have to be in my contract. I'm like, listen, man, what's going on back home? I care about that. That's where I come from. So if I made it to this point where I got a worldwide voice or people gonna see me the world over, yeah, I'm gonna advocate for my people. I have to do that. But see, most of them, they get over here, they well paid. They laying up with Zaddy or Becky or whatever. And this thing, hey, it's like, oh man, I don't care about that. I don't want to hear about none of that. See, I guarantee you, and this is just my opinion, I can't prove it because I have no proof of it, but I guarantee you, if you was to catch Joy Ann Reid where she didn't think nobody else was listening and ask her what she thought about her homeland, she'll probably sound just like Kodak Black. Ain't gonna be over there. You know how his mush mouth ass sound. Yeah, I saw him at the White House. I saw it. I'll give my thoughts on that too a little bit later. But I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how she sounded about her own people. Anyway, we're going to let her continue talking because there's more to be learned from this. Let her continue.
And I'm a church girl too. And those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Salute to Sakina Collins for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good sister. So you heard her, okay? Yeah, she's proud of her show. Oh, she's talking about everything that's from God and all of this. Well, baby, I don't know what denomination of faith you believe in or what religion you're part of, but charity is supposed to start at home. You can't help anybody unless you help yourself first. And see, you should have helped yourself because, look, I don't pocket watch people. But what's on the news wire is this. They're saying that she made like $3 million a year. Okay. Pretty good bag. All right. And it ain't Rachel Maddow money now. Okay. Cause she getting football numbers. All right. Even though she took this pay reduction, she's still making them football numbers. But $3 million a year, if you manage that right, invest it right, live below your means, you should be okay. I hope she did that. Because if you didn't, well, gonna be some rough times ahead. See, let me talk to and I know my audience has got sense enough to do it, especially those of you that are my age and older. But to my young people, let me address this to you specifically. If you get to the point where you're making that kind of bag or even a fraction of it, a couple things you need to make sure you take care of. One, you need to have you at least, if you've been doing it for a while, at least have you 2 years worth of salary in the bank. Okay. Make sure you buy a home. Paid for. You got you a couple of cars, okay? That's yours, paid for. That way, anything go left, you got some cushion to hold you over in the bank, and you can, hopefully you've been trying to make connections and start your own thing somewhere else, okay? So I hope that's what she's been doing because, see, for $3 million a year, look, let me tell you what I would have been doing. $3 million a year, I'm coming in there, I'm looking at it, I say, okay. I'm already looking at it. I'm just going to tell you how my mind operates. I would have been looking at the situation like, all right, I know I'm probably not going to be here long. Either I'm going to do or say something they don't like, or hell, they may replace me with one of their nephews or nieces that need a summer job, and I'm gone. That's how I would look at it. I don't give a damn how long I've been there. So I would always be saying, all right, cool. I'm making this bag. Let me build my own studio over here. I would have picked me a place, got me a building or whatever, or in your home. Let me go ahead and build this studio. So just in case, if I want to keep doing this and they kick me out, I'm already good. I'm already set up. I hope that's what she was doing. Because for so many of them to just be crying and stuff like that, see, a lot of people tend to think that when they get to crying, because I remember Tiffany Cross and all the rest of them, same thing. Don Lemon, okay, now I'll give Don Lemon props. He's somewhat doing his own thing or whatever, but he's still leaning over there to them folks. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there. But man, a lot of them get to crying because they don't manage their money right, and they don't have any type of incentive or foresight to use their own skill set to actually go into business for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's insanity. I just don't understand that. How can you do something for over a decade and you not set aside something to go into business for yourself, or you didn't learn nothing to go into business for yourself if you choose to continue that line of work? It just baffles my mind. But we done with Joy Ann Reid. We're going to get into some other things that y'all need to know tonight. Oh, yeah. Fact of business, let me take this banner down. Got to bring you up to speed on some things that a lot of people probably didn't talk about or don't know about. But I knew about it, so I'm going to talk about it. Now, some of you may be familiar with this guy, but if you're not, I'm going to bring you up to speed very quickly and give you the Cliff Notes version. This is Dan Bongino, okay? Former Secret Service agent. He is one of the owners of the platform Rumble, okay? Right wing, anti-black as hell. Okay, let's go ahead and get the preliminaries out the way. But the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, in case you've been under a rock or you just don't keep up with this kind of stuff, this is why you're over here. You're going to know after tonight. Let's read it. Thank you, Mr. President, Attorney General Bundy, and Director Patel. Talking about Cash Patel, the East Indian Director of the FBI, okay? And Attorney Pam Bundy, that's the United States Attorney General, okay? Pitbull Pam, as I call her. Here's what he's talking about. Now, this is from Donald Trump's True Social site here, all right? Here's what the Orange Man says. Great news for law enforcement and American justice. Dan Bongino, man of incredible love, or even to put all these extras on it. Incredible love and passion for our country has just been named the next deputy director of the FBI. I'll come back to that. And boy, by the man who will be the best ever director, Cash Patel. Dan has a master's degree in psychology from CUNY and an MBA from Penn State. He was a member of the New York Police Department, okay? New York's finest, my ass. A highly respected special agent with the United States Secret Service, okay? And is now one of the most successful podcasters in the country. Something he is willing and prepared to give up in order to serve. Working with our great new United States Attorney General Pam Bundy and Director Patel, fairness, justice, law, and order will be brought back to America and quickly. Congratulations, Dan. Okay? Now that's what the Orange Man is saying. Okay? So he's the deputy director of the FBI. Now, family, reason why I'm pointing this out to you, during this tenure here of the Orange Man and any tenure of any president, no matter which party it is, you need to know who the key players are in the government. All right. So there's your structure right there. You got Pam Bundy, the Attorney General. Okay. Cash Patel, director of the FBI, and deputy director now, newly appointed Dan Bongino. Okay. So this goes to show you that a lot of these people, man, that Trump picked, let me tell you where I'm going to get the Orange Man credit. Whether you like him or not, okay? Because y'all know I try to tell my audience over here, when it comes to business and politics, black people got to throw like out the window. The word like don't never need to come up when we talking about handling political business, any type of business, okay? What I'm looking at is the structure of Trump's team and how they appear to be operating as a well-oiled machine. Let me tell you something, man. Whether we agree or disagree with his picks or not, that's how you put a team together, because whether you want to like it or not, he getting shit done. He getting the things done that he said he would do. Now, I'm going to tell you one reason why I think that he's so driven to get this accomplished, okay? I'll tell you what I think about it. When you go and try to kill a billionaire white man and then he actually gets some power, you really think he ain't gonna put a foot up your ass the first chance he get? Come on now. Huh? I mean, what did they think he was gonna look? Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something I know for a fact. If they want to try to kill that man and just let him do his thing, man, and the election go whichever way it went, and he would have won, he wouldn't have been talking about releasing the JFK files and the files on Dr. Martin Luther King and all this other stuff he doing. He probably would have just been in cruise control. Now you've given him a reason to get revenge on your ass. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. You try to kill me and I survived that shit? Oh, man, I'm coming. I'm coming at you legally, and I'm going to put them goons on your ass. Let me tell you something. You think billionaires don't have goons? You think these corporations don't have goons? I'm going to tell you right now, bro. If I was him, and I already know what's going on behind the scenes, I ain't going to get in all of that, but trust me, it might be some accidents happening, okay? Because, look, I'm going to tell you right now, if I find out that you try to take me out the game, I ain't got to get on TV and talk about it. I'm going to have them boys at you, though. Just be careful when you crank your car. That's all I'm going to say. Huh? What did they think you was going to do? But anyway, we're going to get back to covering some of this because I want you to be familiar with who Dan Bongino is, okay? Now, I'm going to play something for you. And I want you to take a good listen to this. I want you to study what's being said, okay, family? This is the part right here. If nobody else covered this, I want you to really pay attention to this because, as I said, y'all need to know who the key players are at the top of this government because at some point, you never know when that could affect us. So you need to know what you're dealing with. I want y'all to check this out.
So this is what they're doing. This is why Clarence Thomas has been speaking out about the national restraining orders, how a judge in New York can give a restraining order for a congressional district in Wyoming is ridiculous. Clarence Thomas has been warning about this forever. This A. Muse on Twitter is talking about this lawfare too, how this Obama-appointed judge threatened Trump and his team with arrest if they don't restore every dime of funding that have been paused or canceled. Folks, my recommendation is Donald Trump should ignore this. This judge is obviously not acting constitutionally at all. It should be ignored. Demand it resuming all, but you can't order the executive to spend. I mean, you've effectively usurped the power of the executive. Now, before I get to the next, I'm going to play you.
Now, before he does go on, did you all catch what he just said? He's advocating that Donald Trump ignore these judges that's ruling against him, okay? Now, whether you agree with it, good, bad, right, or wrong, you see how he talking. I'm introducing you to his personality in case you've never heard of Dan Bongino. You don't know who he is. I want you to get a feel of who he is from his own mouth, okay? Keep in mind what he said and how his thought process is. And you're going to see why the Orange Man chose to add him, to his team because he couldn't have got approved unless the Orange Man decided to give him the green light, okay? So this man now that you're looking at, Dan Bongino, is the deputy director of the FBI under Kash Patel, okay? Look, I'm going to tell you something, too, before I let him continue talking. If something happens to go wrong with Kash or he stepped down or whatever, Dan Bongino is going to be the next director of the FBI, okay? I'm telling you, I mark my words, that's exactly how it's going to happen. That's exactly how it's going to happen, all right? See, Democrats, let me talk to you before I let this continue. You did this to yourselves because black people are going to be okay. We're going to be all right. I know we're going to be all right because even if some of these things look like they're disadvantageous for us, this is more of an incentive for us to get our asses on code, okay? For those of us that aren't, this is your wake-up call here. You better look at the people that's in office and look at how they could be used if they were going to be used against us. So far, we hadn't seen that, but I'm just letting people know what he's got lined up here on his team, all right, as far as the Orange Man. Now, Democrats, you could have avoided this. All you had to do was provide tangibles for black people, reparations, anti-black hate crime bill, but you provided nothing but, I call it malevolent neglect for 60 plus years. Now you are due for what I call political punishment. You are due sustained political punishment without mercy. And if I have anything to do with encouraging my people, that's exactly what you're going to get. Oh, you will be mercilessly punished. I'm talking, if you out in the desert politically dying of thirst. I'm talking roll by on a horse, drinking water, falling all down my mouth, looking at you like, I'll pray for you. I'm not giving you shit. I wouldn't spit in your direction to hydrate you. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, that's how I really feel, okay? Yeah. But anyway, we're going to get back to letting Dan Bongino talk because I'm going to further introduce you to him because I got something else interesting coming up between him and someone else, and I want y'all to examine that as well. Let's let it continue.
Video by Crazy. Big Balls McGroin is here. Big Balls. I knew we had one. I knew it. I was thinking about this on the Monday show. I'm like, we better have a Big Balls McGroin or the McGroin Army's losing their influence, man. Thank you. You guys, I knew the McGroins would be there. I knew. You guys and ladies are the best. That's fantastic. Folks, threatening with arrest. Who's going to arrest them? The marshals? You guys know who the U.S. Marshals work for? Department of Justice. That is under the, executive branch. Donald Trump's going to order his own arrest and his team. This is ridiculous.
Man. Got this ice in my mouth. Excuse me. Family, you saw that, right? That's just a small snippet of Dan Bongino's personality, okay? Now, before we further analyze him, got to play something that's just downright embarrassing. In case you don't know who this goofy Sambo on the screen is. This is Terrence K. probably Moist Boy Williams, okay? Yeah, Terrence K. Williams, he was up there at the White House. And you know what? Before I go into that, shout out to my sister Danny C. from Chicago Flips Red. That's the only one up there that wasn't a Sambo. The rest of them, bunch of fucking buck dancing Sambos, okay? Yeah, I'm going there. She was the only one that was up there, the one skinning and grinning. Yeah, that's about. I was happy to be here. Before I let this asshole play right here, because y'all gonna really clown his ass when I let this play, because I'm not gonna interrupt none of it. Okay, you got to hear all of this to believe the buck dancer. Let me say this about the White House thing with a lot of black folks that went up there for the Black History Month celebration. Most of them was black conservatives. Or that's what they call themselves. Like I said, except for Danny C., all of them was some fucking Sambos. Listen, man. I kept hearing people describe it as, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man. Okay. From my mindset, when you say once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I guess due to my upbringing and my experiences, I'm not a starstruck person, okay? Let me make it clear. I don't give a fuck about no political person, Democrat or Republican, outside of what you're going to do for me and my people. That's it. I can be standing next to you. I don't care who you are. I could be cordial towards you, but I ain't going to be like, oh my God, look, it's Donald Trump. What's going on? How you doing, Mr. Trump, President Trump? Do you have a moment? I'd like to speak to you about a few things. That's what you would get from me if I had a chance to meet him. Oh, I was just happy to be here. Oh, look, all them that man. See, for me, I'm all about getting shit done. Y'all know me, especially those of you that have worked with me over the years or met me. Those of you that have my number. You know, if I hit you up, I'm talking business, man. I'm always talking business. I don't know, man. I'm cool with a lot of y'all. Love you to life. But y'all know for the most part, if we converse or we have conversed, we talking business, man. I'm working on shit right now as we speak that, I'm trying to get done for the family, all right? But that whole, because I go somewhere or, we's up here with, see, I couldn't have been around a lot of them Negroes and Negroids like that because I would have been irritated. I'd be like, hey, man, okay, cool. Calm down. Calm down, man. I would have had to be off from myself to myself somewhere because that would irritate the fuck out of me. I like, man, you embarrassing the cheesing and grinning and shit. I don't give a fuck about no photo op if we ain't getting nothing done. I wonder, and look, I'm asking because I wasn't there. I wonder how many of them, because look, if they was doing all that cheesing and grinning and somebody pulled me to the side and said, look, brother, I get it. This is irritating to you, but we playing the game so we can get close to him to talk about policy. Okay, I can give you a pass. Because at least you being strategic with it. But not these motherfuckers, okay? And if you think, GBS, you being harsh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Okay. For anybody that think that, I want you to listen to this shit right here. And you tell me, especially brothers, you tell me if this is a man that you would respect, if you would want your son to be like him, and sisters, is this a man that you would be interested in dating or marrying? I'm going to put that on your mind, and I'm going to let this play, and I'm not going to say a mumbling word until he's done. I want y'all to hear this.
Yo, it's finna get real. Let's go. Yo, it is about to get really, really real. If you thought it was real, no, it's about to get really real. Dan Bongino, as deputy director of the FBI, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. I wouldn't want to be the deep state right now. I would not. I ain't committing nobody's crimes. I'm not committing one crime. I'm not. I'm not throwing no can on the ground. I'm not throwing no paper out of my car window. I'm not even gonna pour liquid out of my window while I'm driving, or I'm just not gonna commit any crimes. I wouldn't want to face Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, and Pam Bondi. I don't even want to do it. I'm walking in a straight line. In a straight line. I'm not committing not one crime, not two crimes, not three crimes. I would not want to be on the other side of the table having to look at Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi telling me that my ass is about to go down. No, I'm good. But all y'all criminals out there, get ready, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when cash come for you? What you gonna do when Dan Bongino come? What you gonna do when Pam Bondi come for you? Y'all, woo, this is good. I'm so excited. It's going down. I just would not want to be a criminal right now. So if you're thinking about committing crimes, you might want to think again. Okay? They don't play around. Dan Bongino don't play around. Kash Patel ain't. Pam Bondi already ain't. She ain't never played. So I just wouldn't really play around with them. Yeah, don't even test it out. I wouldn't even test it. Don't do it. Grab your popcorn, y'all. It's going down.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh my God. Oh, I just wouldn't want to be around when they comes around. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Man. Family. I apologize to my audience for having to put you through that. But see, if I didn't show it to you and didn't interrupt it, you probably would think that type of sambosery doesn't exist. Sassy sambosery at that. Honey child. Oh, no. Man, you can't make me believe that no woman from our lineage is laying up with that son of a bitch right there. Ain't no way you gonna make me believe it. Ladies, I know you're probably mad at me because all of y'all are probably dry as hell downstairs now from listening to that. Can you imagine if you had a man in your life that this is where this motherfucker react at the mere mention of some folks over there in that community? Oh, Lord, oh, God. Really? This is what we doing now? I hope that boy don't have no children. Look, what am I saying? Of course he don't. He can't have no. This big old buck dancing fucking sambo in public like that. Don't have no family honor or pride. See, this is how you can tell that these motherfuckers come from coon families, because most of us would be ashamed to act that way because our families would be like, man, you done embarrassed the whole family name. Now we got to move from here and change names, that kind of shit. And see, this is the issue that I have with clowns like him, especially the men. I understand women are, and I'm not saying this as a slight, ladies, but I understand women are going to act a certain way when they're in rooms around men of a certain caliber of power. So I expect certain behavior from them. But with men wearing the uniform of our skin, acting like that, this is the problem that I have with this hour of our history right here. With this administration in power, and I will posit to you most of the time, even when Trump was out of office, these are the kind of black people that have close proximity access to him. The fucking buffoon class. You know this idiot ain't finna talk policy about nothing. Oh, reparations? We don't need no reparation. I was just happy to be here. You need your shoes shine, boss? Get your stupid ass out the way. See, this is why we have to get those of us in the grassroots in close proximity to talking business with these people, because I guarantee you, most of the black people around them wouldn't ever talk to them. Look, I could name names. I'll be here all night. I don't need to do it. Like I said, except for my sister Danny C. Shout out to her and the entire Chicago Flips Red organization. The rest of them, the rest of these motherfuckers that was up there, man, embarrassments, incompetent, incapable of handling any type of grown black American business, okay? And see, you got to understand that. Let's look at it this way so that you understand that this is no harmless crime or no innocent thing here. You think about if you're a black person, and I want all of you in my chat room to consider this, okay? It could be one of you that might get access to him or somebody in his staff. If you do, you got to look at that as an opportunity that you may never get again, and you got to represent correctly for the family. Even if you get told no or cut off, at least try to take advantage of the opportunity to talk business for the community. If you over here in these spaces, you know what the issues are. But them flunkies up there, oh no, they're a bunch of ass kissers. And see, let me tell you something, man, about that. The reason why you will never see me doing that with either political party is because as a man, my very existence is tied to my respect. You understand? I don't want to be no fucking yes man. The only way I can be around you is I got to be a yes man. And, oh, yes, about who? Lord, look at. Hey, man, I guess I just won't be around you. I ain't got it in me, man. I don't have it in my blood. I just don't. I never have. I never will. You get in close proximity to these people, man. Use that as an opportunity to advocate for our agenda and what we need. Because, see, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I really do think that if the right individuals, well-versed, for example, let's just use, for example, my good brother, Greg Marcel Dixon. I know for a fact that if he got a chance to talk to Donald Trump face-to-face, man, brother, y'all already see Marcel. He thorough, man. He wouldn't do nothing but get straight down to business advocating for the family. Okay? And he would try to come back with some information or news or policies or what have you. They'd be like, okay, hey, man, good job, brother. Well done. You understand? It's a couple of sisters that I know will be able to do the same thing. You understand? So that's where I'm looking at the Terrence K. Williams situation. Don't do that. Don't do that. And see, to you black conservatives that might find this broadcast will be listening, I don't give a damn if you take it some type of way. You see how he act. Especially you men. I can't, the women gonna do what they do. You men, if you acting like that around them folks, hey man, you can't be no brother of mine. We not built from the same mental fortitude. We not. We not built from the same lineage of dignity and honor. You don't have that in you. Because there's nothing that will let me do that. I don't idolize none of these people. You hear me? None at all. All they are, I'm going to reiterate this. All they are to me are tools to be used and manipulated to do what they need to do for our community or whatever we can get them to do. That's all they are to me. Let me make it even simpler. Think in terms of a wrench, okay? Something that you use, a tool, any type of tool. That's it. That's as much value they have to me. You use tools to get things fixed, get things done. That's it. After that, put you in the toolbox. I ain't thinking about you till it's time to use you again. That's it. That's how cold-blooded you better learn to play this game when you're dealing with these people, man. Because you know why? In case anybody, oh, that's not how it should be. Oh, yeah? How the fuck you think they look at us, for anybody that think that way? Look at the Democrats. They only come around every 4 years when they need something from black folks, huh? Isn't it high time we start looking at them the same way? Now, I get it. Most of you over here in my audience, y'all already get this, so that message isn't primarily for you. But I'm just letting it be known in case these black conservatives happen to waddle their way over here, that they get it. My brother Black Voltron says, same here, bro. I've always wondered, do these coons look at themselves in the mirror at night? And see, brother Black Voltron, that's a good point you brought up. For men and women especially, but definitely as men, every day that you get up and you go to your bathroom and look at yourself in the mirror, brush your teeth, shave, whatever you're going to do, you need to be able to be proud of what you're looking at. You need to be able to understand that what you're looking at in that mirror is doing your immediate family in the present proud and justice. And you also need to be able to look at yourself and say, I'm doing my ancestors before any of us proud. I'm continuing the lineage that they upheld, okay? That's what I have to do. Like I said, everybody's different. That's just the way I see it. But now we're going to get back into further analyzing this Dan Bongino guy, because I want y'all to be familiar with him. And he's going to be having a debate with somebody here. I just got to call it what it is. This person seems to be highly left-leaning. I won't go as far as to call them a Democrat shield, but damn it, they'll do till the shield get here. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it is what it is, man. That person, with their own words, have proven that over the course of years by advocating for the wrong things. And as far, look, let me rephrase that. Advocating for things that don't align with the foundational Black American freedom agenda for our people. Okay, I'll say it that way. Other than that, that person has done some good things, but y'all gonna see here an exchange that he's gonna have with Dan Bongino. And the reason why I'm gonna show you this is I need for the young black men who are the future of our people to pay attention to this exchange so that you learn from the mistakes that I'm gonna be pointing out. We're gonna get into it and then y'all gonna see what I mean.
All right, here now on what promises to be a pretty fiery debate. Pastor and activist Bishop Talbert Swan and Dan Bongino, host of the Dan Bongino podcast. Bishop, I was looking at Twitter last night, couldn't sleep, and I came across your tweets. We quoted one of them in the angle, and I really appreciate, first of all, even though we disagree on some issues, I really appreciate your being here tonight to share some thoughts and maybe even get somewhere. So thank you for coming. Bishop, is the MAGA hat racist?
When it comes to the MAGA hat, it's a piece of clothing that represents Donald Trump and everything that comes along with Donald Trump.
Okay, let me go ahead and start pointing out the things that I have an issue with here, okay? I can't tell this man what to think, what to speak. This is Bishop Talbot Swan, okay? Don't have anything against him personally. Talking about his viewpoint here and what not to do when you confront these people. First of all, look at his body language. When she asked him that question, and I want you to look at the eyes, because young black men, this is primarily for you. I know the older brothers in here, y'all get this, but when you talking to the adversaries, okay, of our people, you're supposed to have a look of confidence and sternness and calmness on your face. This man, at the very mention of the question she asked, he has dismay on his face. Look at his face. He was looking away and down. That communicates weakness. You understand? As a man, that is not what we do when we confront those who are our adversaries. Now, if you're not skilled enough to do that, or you don't have the spine to do it, then you don't do it. It's better that you don't do it and let somebody else do it that does have that mental fortitude than you to do it and you make us look bad. This right here, it's almost a look of fear. She asked him about the MAGA hat. Let me talk to y'all, man. And I don't want the sister to pay attention to this just in case this irks you as much as it does him. That hat doesn't bother me. The Confederate flag doesn't bother me. You know why? Let me point this out to you. I'm talking to you from the standpoint of military science. You know why those things don't bother me? because those are identifying markers, okay? We understand that the people that, those two items that I mentioned, we understand what their personality is like, but see, what I'm trying to tell you, listen to this broadcast, is be thankful if there's an adversary and they make it clear that that's what they are. Now you know what to expect. I'm not angry. Look, I'd rather them put them red hats on. I'd rather them put them red hats on. I'd rather them have a Confederate flag, whatever the fuck it, white supremacist tattoo, good. Let it all hang out. I need to see it. That way I already know what to do. If you get out of line, I already know what to expect. This man is in dismay over them damn hats. Why? And I'm not just saying Talbot. My question would be, would you rather see the snake in the grass or not? Would you rather see it or not? Would you rather snake see these? A lot of these liberal folks, man, they want the racism where the white folks hug on you and smile and they got a knife behind your back. No, I want to see the motherfucker in front of your hand, okay? I don't want you to hug me and stab me in my back. I got to see it coming. That's the way I like it, okay? I like my racism good old upfront, hardcore, redneck style in your face. I don't like your black ass. That's what I like. Because I don't like you either. I'm not looking to be liked. I don't give a fuck about being pals with you or being accepted by you. I'm not here to be your buddy. I'm here to compete with you and take the power that my people are supposed to have. That's my mission, okay? I don't know what anybody else's mission is. That's mine, okay? And me achieving that mission don't have a fucking thing to do with being liked or accepted by these people. These people ain't never accepted us. Who the fuck are they that accept me on my own land, this country that we built? This is my shit. This is your shit. You think I give a fuck about somebody calling themselves accepting me in my house? See, that's what you need to think of. This country is our house, okay? Give a damn about nobody accepting me. But I want y'all to listen to this, man. I want you to study his body language. And I want you to listen to this back and forth him and Dan Bongino's about to have. Let's get back to it.
Donald Trump is
that
an
a yes?
unrepentant racist. Is an unrepentant racist.
What?
The MAGA hat to many is representative of a Klan hood or of various other symbols of racism.
Wait,
Absolutely.
it
absolutely is.
What's going
Dan?
on here? Is this real? Did he just say that on a cable television? Bishop, I don't
absolutely
know
said
I'm
that.
not willing to defer to the man of God line to you anymore after you just said one of the dumbest comments.
Well, it really
in the
doesn't
history
matter
of
what you
cable news
refer to me
television.
as. You don't define me.
That is the dumbest thing I
don't
have
affirm
ever
me.
heard in 7 years of doing cable news. That Make America Great Again, by the way, a slogan
Reagan.
used by
That was
Bill
Reagan's
Clinton at times
line, by the
too,
way.
is racist. Are you serious? Donald Trump, if he's a racist, he's the worst racist we've
Criminal
seen in American
justice
history.
reform.
And you come on this show
come on.
and you say
Donald
it's a Klan hood?
Donald
Are you
Trump.
serious?
Donald Trump.
I'm embarrassed
Donald
for
Trump
you.
calls,
And you should be
calls
too.
African nations
What a disgrace.
S-hole
Now,
nations.
he called third
Donald
world
Trump
nations.
calls
Now, he was talking about third world
calls
nations, not just
Mexican
African nations.
rapists.
But-
Donald
okay,
Trump
so-
calls
okay, so-
black athletes sons
Bishop.
of bitches. Come
All right,
on, y'all.
you
You want
don't
to
know
pretend
that. You don't
that
know
the
what that is.
racism
Hold on,
that
guys. Hold on,
oozes
hold on,
from Donald
hold on.
Trump has not happened? And what I can't believe is that you all are telling me from the channel who one of your anchors said when Trayvon Martin was killed that if you don't want to be perceived as a thug, you shouldn't wear a hoodie. From you all who said that black young men who wear hoodies should
I
have a
actually
certain
agree.
perception,
Yeah.
to tell me that a MAGA hat should
Bishop.
not be viewed
Bishop,
in
I
a
have to
certain
say-
way is absolutely hypocritical.
I actually think if you and Bongino and Trump got together in a room, I bet you guys could do some really good things together. I really do. This conversation about what's racist, how about solutions? Let's help each other get this country on the right track. Yeah. I think you could actually do it. I really do. I think you got a lot of passion, got a lot of supporters.
Donald Trump has solutions, Laura.
And
a lot of
I just
black
think
men and women are working right now because of Donald Trump and are supporting their kids
Well,
and
there
their
were a lot of
families.
black men and women who were working before Trump came into office. Let's not pretend that the unemployment
no
rate
kidding.
didn't drop
No
from
kidding.
16.8% down to 7.8% under
The
Obama
economy
before
right
Trump
now
ever
is,
came into
you know,
office.
your comments
it dropped
are so
another
ridiculous.
1%
But
under
again,
Trump.
let's not fight.
So
Okay.
when you try to give him credit for what someone else did, that's what's absolutely ridiculous.
Right. Give him right. I started this debate with an open mind with the gentleman, and I still have an open mind. But how do you talk to someone who claims when you put a MAGA hat on that you're the worst scum on the planet, which would be a racist?
Well, those
Someone
are your
who's
words.
so
Don't put
shallow,
words in my
he judges
mouth.
someone
Don't
by
put
the
words
color
in my
of their
mouth.
skin.
I'm
How
well
do you
able
suggest
to
that?
articulate for myself. I'm well able to
Man, these
articulate
are-
for myself, and I didn't say that. You said that. But let's not sit here and pretend that
This is the
symbols
whole
don't have
basis of your
meaning.
commentary.
Now, family, I let that go on for as long as I did because I want to point something out to you about if you're going to engage in discourse or debate with somebody as a black man, okay? Black people, period, but definitely the men. You see his mistake, Talbot Swan's mistake was he let Dan Bongino put him on the defensive. You got to go on the intellectual offensive. You don't want to be on your heels defending stuff, straw man arguments. No. I guess for me, you know, with my background, I'm used to commanding and controlling a conversation in this type of situation here, okay? There's no way he would have been able to get me on my heels, but I'm like, I'm not here to validate anything you're saying. I wouldn't even have to go back and forth with him about, I would be like, look, this is what I came here to talk about. Look, in other words, let me simplify it for you. When you see Fox News and you see any of their pundits engaging in discussion with somebody, they don't be on the defensive with stuff. They're on the offensive. They're like, okay, whatever you said, I'm going to change the subject. We're going to talk about this. You got to learn how to dominate the conversation when you're talking to them and keep it focused on your issues. In other words, if I was Talbot Swan and I say, okay, it's 2 against 1, whatever airtime they give me, as long as they don't cut my mic, I'm going to use this to advocate for our people. Issues that we need to talk about. I would, and this is an intelligent man. I'm not going to take anything away from Talbot Swan as far as his intellect, but I wish he would have been better prepared to talk about certain things as far as like policies, the things we need to get done. Hey, get you some stats together about the policies that you need to talk about. Let that be the dominating factor of the conversation. I'll be like, okay, even though it's their station, I'll be like, okay, you 2 white squirrels playing in my world. I'm going to show you how we get down over here, okay? I wouldn't get in no personal back and forth with Dan Bongino. I'm like, no. There's nothing to be gained from me sparring with you. So I guess the way I look at it, every opportunity should be taken to advocate for our people, okay? You worrying about MAGA hats and clothing? Come on, man, really? And the look of fear in your eyes when that, because I always look at a person's eyes, okay? That's a skill I was taught since I was a little child by my father, my uncles and grandfathers. You pay attention to people's eyes. Look at his eyes now. You can see frustration. He's upset. Damn near fear, I want to call it. At the mere mention of a damn piece of clothing. See, I got to go here. And I talked to many folks about this when Trump got elected here. He won the election. A lot of these people, and I got to go here, Bishop Talbot Swan, a man of the cloth, they talked about Trump as if he was Satan himself. And I'm not for Trump or Biden. I don't care about either one of them beyond what they can do for our people. But this fear, this mortal dread of one flesh and blood man that can bleed like any one of us, get sick, bleed, die. They talked about him like, oh my God, Trump. I'm like, really? You people that's supposed to have all this faith. Oh, you so devout, you so holy, but this one mortal man just scared the shit out of you. The mere mention of his name, look at how that look on his face. Did that look like a confident man to you? Come on, man. See, for me, I'm always thinking about how little black boys are looking at me. You know why? Because I was a little black boy at one time, and I remember the men that I looked up to and drew inspiration from. And you want to make sure that the little black boys that are looking at you as a man, they have something to aspire to. I don't carry myself as no punk nowhere I'm at, okay? I don't do that. And I'm not calling Bishop Talbot Swan a punk, but I'm just saying this behavior right here, the way you looking, at the mere mention of that hat, that look, when they mentioned that item of clothing, that immediately threw him off kilter and got him in an emotional state instead of a logical one. If you're going to defeat any adversary, you cannot do it being emotional. You have to be logical, okay? Even more so to give that inspiration to the women and the children, because not trying to talk down on our sisters, but a lot of times, a lot of the women can get carried away with emotions. And if the man isn't rooted in logic, who's going to reel it back to what we need to win that particular battle? You don't win your battles with emotion. You win them with logic. You understand? You show me any battlefield on this planet where the ones that are participated in combat are fighting off of emotion, you're going to lose. The one that come in and use logic and strategy, guaranteed victory every time. You don't win battles off of emotions. That's reckless. That is fatal on any battlefield, okay? That's how I look at it. Because that's what life has shown me over the course of years that I've been blessed to be alive, okay? So this exchange here, and you see Dan Bongino, you compare and contrast, he's basically going into troll mode if you really want to be honest about it. He's relaxed. He's calm. He isn't upset about anything. And if he would have did his homework on Dan Bongino, it's a lot of things he could have hit him with that would have threw him off his... Look, see, let me tell you something. If you're debating one of these white supremacists, because I'm going to call him what he is, okay? If you're debating one of these white supremacists, do your homework on them so you can start hitting them with certain things that would get them angry. See, if you in a debate, you get your opponent angry. And you stay on that while making your point with solid facts. You understand? That's how you command and maintain control of a debate of this fashion right here. If they start that trolling, oh, okay, cool. I've done my homework on you. Let me go ahead and hit you with this. And while he's trying to respond to that, you bring up what you were going to talk about. And see, this further aggravates them because now you giving them something to be on the defensive about. And you condescendingly dismiss them. You see how I'm breaking this down? You condescendingly dismiss them and keep making your point as if they don't exist. Huh? That's how you handle motherfuckers like this. Let it continue.
Let's not sit here and pretend that things have meanings, that symbols don't have meaning.
Right, guys.
And the MAGA hat has a meaning. It's a symbol that is attached to Donald Trump and everything that he stands for.
Guys, we're out of time.
So now you saw Dan Bongino in action here. You heard him speak. So that's the new deputy director of the FBI. And you saw that exchange he had with Talbot Swan. Like I said, man, family, don't let an article of clothing get you so bent out of shape dealing with these people. It's good. Let them wear their hats, goddammit. You should be glad they're wearing their hats. Think about it. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them. We know what their viewpoint and their beliefs are. When you put the hat on, you marked yourself. Now you know what you're dealing with, okay? So look at it from that standpoint. We got some other things we got to deal with, though, okay? Oh, yeah, I told you, we packed this broadcast tonight. So a lot of y'all been asking my take on this. We're about to get into it now, and I'm going to warn you, I'm going to be brutal with it. I'm going to be brutal with this because it's something that needs to be straightened out, and I'm going to go ahead and do it without missing any words. Let's get into it.
You could say that Black American history is for Black Americans only, but you'd be wrong because you can't have Black American history without Caribbean people. And I find it really strange that some Black Americans do not know how heavily involved Caribbean people are in their history. So let's have a teachable moment, shall we?
Oh, yes, we're going to have a teachable moment, Heifer. Oh, tell the winds we're going to have a teachable moment. Yes, we are. We definitely are. Let's deal with this. Shout out to my own code Caribbean people. Y'all know I don't have an issue or problem with you. But the way she said that, first of all, let's break this down. You said we don't realize how much Caribbean people are involved in our history. Keyword, our. Meaning you're in our country. Okay? So automatically, especially for your men, if you're talking about that, why are you nesting under our tree? You're part of our story that we laid the foundation for. So now everything she's about to say to go to show you she's ignorant as hell about stuff, I'm going to break this down with ruthless precision, okay? I am. All right, everybody else has touched on this. A lot of y'all wanted me to comment on it. You know where I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to let her get the rambling on and babbling on, and we're going to break all the bullshit down. So let it continue.
First things first, let's start with easy ones. Easy. Malcolm X. You know him, that guy, that fella? Yeah. His mum was born in Grenada. Where is Grenada? The Caribbean.
And his dad was a foundational Black American freedman. Malcolm was born here, so he is FBA. He's half FBA. Why you didn't mention his father, or did you know anything about his father? Why you sitting up here doing all this goofy grinning and dancing? See, one of the things that really irks me, I can give ignorance a pass, but stupidity? Now, you can argue, GBS, maybe she's just ignorant. I can give you that. But you have some people that are full-blown stupid. Now, the difference between ignorance and stupidity is if you know things, people have given you facts, and you still continue to spout ignorance, now you've graduated to full-blown stupidity, okay? That's what that is. I had to say it like the rich. Full-blown stupidity. That's right. Now, in her case, I will say she's probably more on the ignorant side, but boy... the arrogance that they have when they get to celebrating. First of all, again, you celebrating about being a part of what we laid the foundation for. You didn't become a part of our history until after all the bloodshed and the fighting was done. Let's keep it a buck. Most of your people, ma'am, came over here after the civil rights movement. You didn't come over here when we was hardcore under Jim Crow and all that. Oh, no, you didn't. Very few of them did, if any. Let's just go ahead and talk the truth over here about that. So getting all happy, no. So slow your roll. She ain't done yet, though. She got more that she thinks she's going to educate us on. Let's let it continue.
Let's do another one. Shirley, baby girl Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman elected into U.S. Congress, is from where? Where is she from? Barbados. She's from Barbados. She even calls herself an American Barbadian. She also has roots in Guyana, which is where? Where is Barbados? Where is Guyana? The Caribbean.
Okay, so now you just naming names of people that you probably just recently found out about. Do you know who Shirley Chisholm was and what she advocated for? Because she didn't advocate for anything that helped our people. She was one of the first people from the Caribbean that brought that fucking lesbian LGBTQ bullshit over here, advocating for all of that. Yeah, they used her as a Trojan horse to pull that shit into our community. More of it anyway. At a time period when that was definitely taboo and it wasn't the norm, she was one of the pioneers of that crap. Huh? Now you compare and contrast her with foundational Black Americans like James Baldwin, who is well known as being a part of the LGBTQ community. But why I have such respect for that brilliant man is he never put his sexuality ahead of his race. James Baldwin was an outstanding example of brilliance and intelligence and what it means to stay on code if you're going to be in that community. You understand? Let me tell you something, man. I put James Baldwin right in there with our grandmaster teachers, man. His intelligence is nothing to be sneezed at. You can learn a lot from studying a lot of his encounters and his debates with people. Okay? I've got some of that on the channel right here where him and Malcolm X was engaged in back and forth discourse with, some people, some sound bowls together. Okay? Check that out. It's on the channel. It's got over 100,000 views. It's way down there. Y'all just go through the archives and listen to that front to back. You'll be like, oh, wow, I see what you mean. In case you're a younger person that's not really familiar with how thorough James Baldwin was. So when a lot of them people start bringing up his name, especially in that community, you be like, okay, are you as thorough as he is, though? Because he wasn't running around during his time trying to advocate for interracial sexual relationships or anything like that. No matter what he did in his personal life, he put our people first, okay? So why she's naming Shirley Chisholm with this big goofy grin on her face, I would posit to her this. Do you know what she stood for? Because she didn't stand for anything representing our agenda. Now, when she mentioned she's Barbadian American, yeah, when you put that hyphen on, you don't really advocate for back home no more, do you? When you the safe Negro that all the white people want to be around, that's your first red flag that, hey, you're not advocating for us because you cannot be their Negro and ours at the same time. So let it continue.
Another easy one, Marcus Garvey, a man who I'm literally a descendant of. Who is he? Who was Marcus Garvey? Marcus Garvey was the first black man to have a political movement in the United States to benefit black people of the Americas. Look, what? Really?
See, this is what irks me about these folks, these immigrants, okay? These tethers that come over here and they swear they know our history better than we do. No, he was not. Moreover, let's talk about this, though. First of all, when they keep trying to invoke Marcus Garvey, I put it right back in their face. He had to come up here to get his Pan-African movement started. He had to. He had to. He couldn't get it started back home. Jamaicans wasn't fooling with him like that. Then, even when things started to take a turn for the worse here, and he went back to Jamaica, hell, he was running for governor down there. They voted for a fucking white man over him. And he left there, never went back there since, and he died over in the UK, in London. Buried there to this day. Now, do you tell that part about Marcus Garvey? Furthermore, this is what I tell all of my people, and our own code FBA brothers and sisters. When they start invoking these names, the first thing I'm going to hit you with, okay, are you advocating for the same thing that these routers were? Because some of these names they're naming were routers, except for Shirley Chisholm, okay? Are you carrying on in the spirit of what they stood for? Because 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're not. They're naming the names, but they don't know the people. You understand? Let her ignorant ass continue.
Yes, and where's he from? Jamaica. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Marcus Garvey actually inspired Martin Luther King for the civil rights movement in America. And Martin Luther King said that himself, crazy. Malcolm X was also inspired by Marcus Garvey. Actually, you know what? Without Marcus Garvey, would there be a Malcolm X? Would there be a Martin Luther King? So interesting. So interesting.
What's interesting is you act as if there was no such thing as Elijah Muhammad. What's interesting is you act as if Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't in touch with other elders and grandmaster teachers. That's what's interesting. But you wouldn't know that, would you, though? When you just latch on to surface level information and you don't really go deeper than the surface. You make yourself sound silly. And this is what I keep trying to tell a lot of these goofy tethers. Don't try to educate us on our history. You barely know your own. You know a couple of surface note names in history, but you don't know what these men or women stood for. To say that, that's absolutely insulting. Look, it was going to be a Malcolm or a Martin, regardless of a Marcus Garvey. Are you kidding me? They think that because somebody says, I drew inspiration from, or they give somebody props, they be like, oh, see, you wouldn't have did it without us. We saw that with hip hop. Lord knows we learned from that mistake. Boy, this is why you have to know your history, family. She ain't done yet. Let's let her continue.
Let's talk about the Harlem Renaissance. Renaissance, not Renaissance.
No, Goofy, it's the Harlem Renaissance. You mispronounced the damn thing, okay? And that word is not Renaissance. That's not how it's pronounced, all right? Let's just get that clear. Watch what she's got about to go for those of you that have seen this. Oh, boy, this is going to be hilarious.
Where did that originate from? It originated from immigrants, Jamaican immigrants in Harlem. Poets like Claude McKay establishing the movement. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. That's just Jamaicans' influence. It's just, I mean, it's just small. The Harlem Renaissance. Nothing big, just small.
Where my brothers and sisters from New York? People in my chat room, do we have anybody in here from New York, particularly Harlem? Let me talk to y'all. Where you at? Put it in my chat room. Anybody in here from New York City? Let me talk to y'all. I need to know. I got some questions. I have family in New York. I remember what Harlem was like when it was all black. She does not know that a foundational Black American freedman named Hannah Elias is the reason why Harlem was all black. You don't know who that sister was? Look up the history on her and listen. I have nothing but respect for her because if you're talking about a sister that had some talk game to talk them white men out their money, it was Hannah Elias. She was, look, today, These heifers running around here talking about boss bitch. Oh, no. Hannah Elias was a boss bitch, okay? Oh, yeah. You look up her. She was the look, let me tell you how thorough this sister was. Hannah Elias was finessing them white men out their money. Yes, she was in the sex industry, but listen, I can get at a pass because she was doing things for the community. You doing things for our people, just like we give Marion Barry a pass. I got to give her a pass because goddamn it, she was thorough with it on the business end of things. She wasn't just getting money and gifts and tricking it off. Hell no. She was buying up property and raising up the price. She was gentrifying that area to get motherfuckers out and put black people in. You understand? Oh, don't believe me? Go look up who Hannah Elias was. Oh, you be able to verify everything I just said. So now for her, talking about the Howling Renaissance, mispronouncing that damn word, Heifer, do you understand the rich history in Harlem? Huh? Come on, man. We talking Showtime at the Apollo. Talking about the history of Harlem in New York, man, I would be here all night long. She don't know what the hell she talking about, man. You think because a couple of your people immigrated over here and then integrated into what we already built, she talking like her people built this shit. See, this is the disrespect that pisses most of us that are foundational Black American freedmen off. It's okay to acknowledge if your people were there or whatever they was doing, but don't try to act like you built nothing for us. Every single fucking thing that your people came over here to take advantage of was the foundation was laid by my people. You didn't come over here and innovate nothing. You wasn't doing nothing we wasn't already doing. That's the thing. Boy, that's gonna make me want to put together a whole program on the history of Harlem, man. Because that deserves to be talked about. I think I just might have to do that. I might do that, fam. That if y'all want to see that, because I'll walk you way. We don't have time to go all through it here tonight. But damn it, if y'all want to see that, I know what's some footage that probably a lot of people ain't seen. Y'all just let me know though. We'll take it there if y'all want to. But as far as what she talking about, she don't know what the hell, man, boy. We got to check these people. And you can't check them properly unless you know your history, okay? The nerve of her to try to say that, give credit where credit is due for only our people, okay? It's a matter if we went to their countries and tried to do this disrespectful shit. They would run us up out of there, and rightly so. Let's let it continue.
This one's crazy. This one will blow your mind. The man who literally popularized the term Black Power. Yeah? Black Power. Stockley Carmichael is from where? Trinidad. Where's Trinidad?
People were saying Black Power before Stokely Carmichael, baby. No. No, ma'am. That's probably new to you. That's probably the first time you saw that phrase and heard about it. You think people like James Brown was waiting on Stokely Carmichael before they started saying that? Or any phrase as far as like upholding Black empowerment. We were the first people to make Black something to be proud of, and the rest of the world latched on to it, not the other way around. I promise you that. Most of them people, and Stokely Carmichael was a writer, don't get me wrong, but the greater majority of people were not Stokely Carmichaels. There's my point. They wasn't Marcus Garvey's. They weren't none of them people that she named. And they ain't today. Stokely Carmichael and the rest of them, they weren't running away from their home and not acknowledging where they came from. They were proud to be where they were from. And they stood with our brothers and sisters over here in a respectful manner, fighting for the same things that we were trying to get. They didn't come over here telling us what we shouldn't get and shouldn't have. And they damn sure when they end all be all was, let me get up on a white man or white woman and now I'm good. That's not what they did. And if you think so, you don't know who they are. See, this type of stuff right here, this is why we have to understand our history thoroughly. Let's let it continue.
The Caribbean. Black Power. Black Power, guys. Black Power. Colin Powell, first Black US Secretary of State from Jamaica. Baby girl Kamala. Kamala. First Black Vice President, first female Vice President of the United States is from where?
Now she naming Sambos and Coons. What the fuck did Colin Powell and Kamala Harris do for us? See, Naming names because they're popular and you're not from here and you don't understand, okay, the intricacies and the political records of these people you talking about, you make yourself look like a damn fool. Y'all know over the years on my channel, you can go down to archives and verify this. The people that I mentioned that are outside of our lineage, I can give you chapter and verse context on what they stood for and what they believed in. Whether I've talked about Robert Mugabe, D-Dan Kamathi, Winnie Mandela, so on and so forth. I'm not just naming their names because they're popular. I give you exactly what they stood for and show you the things that they believed in, what they were fighting for. If she had any respect or any intelligence about the subject matter she's speaking on, she would do research on it instead of just naming popular names. Kamala Harris and Colin Powell hadn't benefited our people in no type of way at all. So what the fuck is she talking about? Let it continue.
I mean, she is like also Indian, but also Jamaica. And let's not even get started on hip hop. Let's not even do that, because I think we all know that hip hop, American hip hop, you know, hip hop really originated in Africa, like really did. But like American hip hop, where did that came from? Jamaican immigrants in the Bronx. So it's another one for Jamaica, which is where.
Okay, well, here's the thing. And see, even if you hadn't seen my brother Tariq Nasheed's documentary Microphone Check, even if you didn't know anything about it, had never watched it, here's a common sense question. For all of them that's claiming that we got foundational Black American freedom in hip hop, the only kind there is really, from Africa or Jamaica, the question would come up then, well, why isn't there still sounds over there like what we talking about over here today? Huh? Where's your African eyes? Talk to me. Where your Jamaican Tupac at? Where they at? If we got it from you, that would still be going on today over there. I guess she didn't understand that the Bob Marleys, okay, and other people have admitted that they were influenced and got their style from listening to Black Americans on the radio at the time. I guess you don't know that. Even though that was a different genre from hip hop, my point still stands. See, I already know what she's doing with the Jamaican thing. They still going with the Cool Herc lie, as if this man brought some big ass speakers over here when he was 12. What is speaker manufacturing company in Jamaica today? Huh? Or back then? Where? Stop. See, just saying shit without knowing what you're talking about, make an ass out yourself. And that's the crazy thing about it. They don't realize that for people that actually have understanding and actual scholarship on these subject matters, they look like jackasses talking about this stuff, man. Don't let this be y'all, man. Understand any history you talking about, whether it's our own or other people's. Just let it continue.
In the Caribbean. And don't get it twisted. It's not just the Caribbean that have had America's back. America has had Africa's back. Let's talk about apartheid in South Africa. If it wasn't for the boycotts going on in America, the apartheid wouldn't have ended. Okay? Because Black Americans put pressure on the American government to stop that. And it got stopped, did it not? Thank you. So all I have to say is this.
Now, I will give her credit for that, but see, she should do more research and scholarship to understand that that's not the only thing we done. We helped the Filipino people get their freedom. David Fagan, Captain David Fagan, okay? She already mentioned apartheid. Brothers and sisters over here, against the wishes of the American government, went over to help Ethiopians get their independence. Against this government's will, went over there to help them when, you know, they were trying to come back and invade Ethiopia, even though that's the only place on the continent that was never really colonized. Mussolini and them guys were going to try it, though. Who stepped up to go over there to help them fight? We did. Oh, I could keep going. You got foundational Black American freedmen people going everywhere on this planet where people were oppressed, trying to take a stand and help them get their independence. Everywhere. Even if we didn't physically go there to fight, you better understand that in Tiananmen Square, the uprising they had over there, you understand that the Chinese people looked over here and drew inspiration from what Dr. Martin Luther King was doing? Huh? Yeah. So she needs to do more research on things. And look, maybe she meant well, but a lot of times, man, see, this is why, like, you know, anytime that people from another lineage come around me and we get to having civilized discourse, we get to talking about history and things of that nature, I'm going to make sure that I give them actual scholarship. I'm like, okay, it's not just my conjecture here. Study Dr. John Henry Clark. Study Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen. Okay, Dr. Ben as we call him. Definitely I'm going to put the work of Neely Fuller Jr. in your hand. I'm going to put the work of Dr. Francis Chris Wilson in your hand. I'm going to make sure that you have some actual scholarship so that you can get an understanding of things, because see, you tell us what you don't understand is, if you run around over here in this beast called America and you don't understand the origins of these things, you'll be confused about everything in the present. And this is what leads a lot of them to thinking that them white folks are their friend. We know better, okay? We know better. Let's let it continue.
We all play a part in each other's history. I think most Africans and Caribbeans should know that Americans play a huge part in their history, in their culture, and in their day-to-day. But I'm not sure that Black Americans realize how much a big part the Black Caribbeans and Black Africans play in their history and culture and day-to-day lives. Basically, Black American history is global history. Black history is global history, and the sooner we realize that, the better we'll be, and the diaspora wars will end. Yay. Also, shout outs to Barack Obama, first Black president. Dad's from Kenya. Dad is from Kenya. Kenya is where? In Africa. I just wanna point that out.
The civil rights.
Barack Obama was a worthless maggot of a tether. Okay, so now we don't hold him up at all. I guess you wouldn't know that though, since she's probably never been over here or actually studied or talked to any foundation of Black American to get any understanding or context on these things. So no, to hell with Obama. All right. Now, there are no diaspora wars. There's no war to fight. Us checking disrespectful people for lying and trying to undermine us over here on our land, there's no war involved in that. You're just not going to be able to get away with it. Ain't no damn war. You just gonna get straightened. That's as simple as that. Ain't nothing about no damn diaspora war. They can stop that bullshit. And you ain't got nothing for us to fight you over or against. This is our house you in. And when we set the rules, that's just what it's gonna be. Ain't no fight about it at all. So that's the one thing I hate, that damn term diaspora war. Oh no, ain't no war, baby. Ain't no war at all. You in our house and you gonna follow the rules. That's as simple as that. Okay? Now, here's what I want to play, because I'm proud of this young sister right here. This is where foundational Black American freedmen parents have to make sure that you're doing the jobs we're supposed to do to educate our kids, because I want to let this run all the way through. I want you to pay attention to how thorough this sister is, as far as at least having a basic understanding of what happened during the civil rights movement. And see, if this sister right here was to talk to that chick that we just previously showed, imagine how that conversation would go, because this sister is on it right here. She's got a very functional understanding of our people's history. I want y'all to check this out.
The rights movement was not that long ago. So why am I today years old hearing about the Children's March that changed the civil rights movement? Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. didn't agree on much, but what they did agree on was that this protest was too dangerous. Reverend James had the idea to recruit children for peaceful protests. This happened late 1963. Black adults were pulling out of the civil rights movement. They were losing their jobs, they were losing money, being up in jail. They weren't willing to risk their lives for the movement anymore, and I don't blame them. That's how James got the idea to use children, or minors. He would recruit popular Black teenagers to go spread the message around their schools to have a public walkout. Because of their popularity, they had a lot of clout amongst other Black students, and the word caught on. Reverend Breville spent weeks teaching these kids how to peaceful protest. Then, on May 2nd, 1963, over 1,000 students walked out of class and gathered on 6th Street for a peaceful protest. They stayed off permitted areas, they weren't being violent, and they were demonstrating their right to peaceful protest. Despite this, police started arresting them by the busload. And when I say busload, I mean when they were full of bringing children into their paddy wagons, they turned our school buses into police cars and wheeled children off to the jailhouse. They still marched another day. The next day they did the same thing again, another peaceful protest. Police Commissioner Bo Connor resorted to violence against children. Trigger warning. Children were chased by police dogs. Children were hosed down, and word got out. People wouldn't change immediately. President John F. Kennedy demanded a resolution in Alabama immediately, like yesterday. They came to the agreement to desegregate lunch counters, businesses, and restrooms. These children, this is not too long ago. These children stood up for change when their parents couldn't, when their older sisters couldn't, when their aunts couldn't, when their uncles couldn't. These kids did.
Now, you heard that sister there reciting and recanting that portion of our history, okay? Now, that's good that she has that information because hopefully she'll continue learning. And that way, if she comes across these disrespectful tellers or these white supremacists, she can stand on business and recite the truth, okay? That's all you need. And see, the history that she mentioned, the Caribbean lady, okay? That sounds like she's in the UK because she got that UK accent, okay? She talking about how much they were a part of our history. They weren't a part of that. Oh, it wasn't no Caribbean people out there getting them dogs sick on them. No, they wasn't. They came over here much later. Oh, yeah. See, she ain't talking about that. Look, this is the thing we be trying to tell people. Stop trying to blend yourself into our history because if you weren't there from the beginning, nah, man, you don't get to come over here after all the hell and blood done is spilled. Hey, man, that was us too. No. That is completely disrespectful. These Grandmaster teachers on this screen here, Chancellor Williams, Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Dr. Martin Luther King, huh? Show me where your people were, and even though Dr. Ben is not LBA, show me where your people are today that add up to what these Grandmaster teachers were doing here. Where them people at? Because they few and far in between. They're few and far in between. I'm not going to say none, but it's few and far in between that match what these Grandmaster teachers were doing. And unfortunately, I have to say this, don't look like it's going to be anytime soon that will get anywhere close to that because everybody's running away from their homeland and coming here. Say what you want about Dr. Ben being un-FBA, but damn it, he was proud of who he was and he advocated for us and his people, okay? Documented that he did that fearlessly at that and brilliantly, okay? I really wish that they would study more of those like Dr. Ben, okay? And I use that term like Dr. Ben loosely because there's very few scholars that could match him other than the ones on this screen. But I wish they would study more of the non-FBA brothers and sisters over here that we respect and highly revere so they would learn what being a true ally or rider is through their examples, not ours. Take it from them. So when they get to bragging and naming all these surface level names, hey man, start asking them, okay, well, what are you doing that a Marcus Garvey was doing? What are you doing that a Malcolm X was doing since you want to claim him, huh? That's my challenge. And when you take the conversation there, they get quiet. They get quiet. But see, we're not done. Oh, we got to deal with something else over here tonight, family, because like I said, y'all sent this to me. We're finna break a couple of things down. Let's get into it.
I just want you to know that from an African from Africa to an African American from America, I want to apologize to you direct that I'm sorry for how I treated you all these years that I lived here in your country. When you get shipped from Africa to America as an immigrant, America has these classes that your moms and shit have to take, you know what I'm saying? For us to get free government housing in America as an immigrant. You know
all right, so let me go ahead and pause a little bit right here. We've heard this for years. The propaganda video, oh, they show us this, oh, they say stay away from the Yucatas, this, that, the third. Here's why I challenge this, and I said this on X, okay? First and foremost, if you did come over here and watch these videos and take these classes that he's claiming, two things. Number one, after you took that, and you got around us and you see that we not mistreating you, common sense would tell you, hey, man, okay, what they showed me on this video ain't adding up. These brothers and sisters are treating me with respect over here. That's number one. Number two, if you really were our distant cousins and you watch these things, let me tell you what I would do. If I went to somebody else's country and the government said, hey, you got to watch this, stay away from these Kenyans. Okay, just using that as an example. Stay away from these Kenyans, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm watching it. As soon as I get off around there, people treating me good. Hey, man, come here, let me holler at you. Let me tell you about this video, man. Woo-de-woo. I would have told somebody, I'd be like, hey, man, let me put you up on game. Y'all probably don't know this. Your government showed me all types of propaganda about y'all, talking about stay away from y'all, XYZ. Why hadn't none of y'all done that? Because ain't nobody walked up to me and said, hey, man, let me put you up on game, bro. Why we ain't seen a copy of this yet? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I do believe it exists. But my point is, if you really rock with us, especially as you see that we ain't mistreating you, why wouldn't you have told us about this? That's my issue with it. And if you that weak-minded that somebody can show you some bullshit that you clearly see is bullshit, because you wouldn't be coming in our neighborhoods and setting up shop to do business around that. And that go not just for continental Africans. I'm talking about the Asians, the Hispanics, all of them that swear that everybody told you to stay away from us. Why you come around us then if we that violent and we just, you just so terrible, oh boy, they're going to get you, they're going to get you. If you that easily manipulated, man, that says something about your damn intelligence level. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't want nobody with that low of an intelligence level around me because they told us a lot of shit about continental Africans. Oh boy, all of us in here, no matter which part of this country we live in, probably got stories about how them folks talk about people from other countries, especially African. We didn't bite on that. In our households, most of our parents didn't even play us disrespecting other groups of people. We were taught to treat people like we want to be treated unless they do something to us. That's how we were raised. But see, in their households, stay away from the encounter. Okay, cool. Now that send them home homing is in here. Oh boy, I was laughing saying it. Send them home homing is on the job, boy, packing people up that ain't got this proper documentation. I don't see too many people wanting to stay away from the encounter now. Oh boy, all these groups, FBI. Oh boy, y'all seen them, boy. They looking for help left, right, and center, boy, especially the taco tellers. Oh, you taco tellers, boy. You nervous? Listen on Jorge. Esmeralda, only thing I can tell you is, baby, get your papers together. Get your papers together or self-deport. That's the only thing I can tell you. I can't. You work harder than us, so you don't need my help no way, okay? Why would you want help from people that don't work hard, according to you, okay? So that's my issue with what he's saying. I'm going to let him finish up, though.
Saying like a foreign. And this is for all the people that come to America, all the people that be brought from other countries to America. They all have to go through this, all right? So this is what they do, man. This is what they do to every person that comes to the U.S. They have to watch a certain amount of hours of videos to learn about America, you know what I'm saying? To learn about America. And then they teach you about all the different races that live here. And one thing that they teach, one thing that they say in these videos is they tell these foreign people is to stay away from African Americans. You know what I'm saying? These videos, these classes that we have to take to get like free housing through the government program coming fresh out of Africa to America for about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? 2 years they give you free housing, but through those 20 hours or 30 hours of classes you have to take, you know what I'm saying, to learn about America, that's one thing they do say. They say to stay away from African Americans.
Here's the other thing I want to throw out here, and I don't know if anybody's mentioned this because I know several people have covered this. Here's the question I want to ask. If they told you that you need to stay away from us, family, that damn sure don't stop them imitating our lingo, our fashion sense, and trying to emulate us in other ways, does it? Like my brother Still Kevin Tree said in the chat room, must be two sides. Shit, it must be. Cause damn it, if you reject something, it's something that's just so unholy and so awful. Why the fuck are you always trying to emulate us? Huh? If you really believe, see, my thing is, whatever you're gonna do, don't half-ass it. Don't half-step it. If you're gonna stay away from and reject something, reject it all. Let me tell you what else I want you to reject. Reject your funky ass going to apply for any scholarships that's for our people of our lineage. They don't reject that though, huh? Do they? Or when it's time to get some tangibles and benefits, they ain't rejecting none of that. I need you to reject all of the Akata culture, okay? If we Akatas, reject everything, all right? Don't just reject some of it. Let his ass continue.
This is America telling us to stay away from you guys, African Americans. And they do that shit for other races too. We don't hate you because we want to hate you. No, we hate you because America taught us to hate you. You understand? You feel my drip? And they had translate.
Listen to his ass. You feel my drip. First of all, we don't say no shit like that. You feel my drip. It refers to fashion. We don't run around. You feel my drip. Who the fuck say that shit? Quit misusing our stuff, man. Listen, tell the boy, you're full of shit. You hate people because you want to. Nobody has to encourage you to do that. How the fuck you hate somebody that had never came over to your homeland and done a damn thing to you? We didn't colonize your asses. If anything, to be honest with you, if we're going to talk historically about who should hate who, listen, man, we started pulling up what some of them regions used to be and started talking about the coast of Badagry, Elmina Council, Tipu Till, the East African, half Arab African slave trader. We get to talking about some of that. Who sold who? Oh, there's somebody that we should be the ones that have some damn hatred, huh? And we don't even usually go like that for the most part unless you come over here trying to be disrespectful about the shit. So really, that whole you hate us, how, motherfucker? Your people sold ours out, okay? For those of us that do have ancestry that go back to the continent because we're mixed in with people that were already here, okay? For those of us that actually know the history of how our lineage came to be. So that goofy excuse right there that he using, nah, brother, nah. See, I could never trust somebody like that talk that way, because what you saying means that you don't have the cognitive brain function to think for yourself and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm not going to mistreat nobody that don't mistreat me. And the fucked up thing about it is, for the ones in them that act that way like he talking about, every last one of them was helped by a foundational Black American freedmen some type of way. I know this. Because, see, let's take it back for a minute before I let this jackass finish. When you go back to Jim Crow, all right, and a lot of them was starting to try to come over here after, you know, our ancestors fought to get them civil rights to be able to come and immigrate over here. When they was going to schools, you wasn't going during Jim Crow to stay with no white families. You stayed with Black people. My ancestors, foundational Black American freedmen, took your funky asses in. White folks wasn't letting you stay in their homes. Ain't now one of them can be saying that and tell the truth and provide no proof when you were staying with a white family during Jim Crow. You a motherfucking lying, the truth ain't in you. So how you got all this hatred for people that helped you get a foothold here? That's the crazy thing about it. Let's let him finish up.
You know, to translate, the video into the language. You know what I'm saying? Low key, this is brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? This is sad and it's brainwashing, if you understand me. So I just want you to know that they're brainwashing us to what? To nothing. You know, we come to this country to have a better life, not to come be a part of some sort type of secret society, or to come here to be a slave. And that's really what it is. Mm-hmm. They bring you here just to be another slave like everybody else.
So you heard all that to the babble, right? You say you come here to have a better life and all of that. So who you think it made it possible for you to come over here to have a better life? They love that better life line. I came here to have a better life. Okay, cool. You come here to have a better life and that's it. You wouldn't be disrespecting those that made it possible for you to come over here to have that better life. Moreover, when you get to come over here talking about you work so much harder than this, two questions. Why you didn't work hard at home and why you didn't build your better life over there back where you come from? I got a third question. If you come over here for your better life and you've been here 10 plus years and you ain't stacked up enough bread with those of your own lineage and community that have come over here and immigrated to go back home and build anything, why that ain't going on? In a decade's time, as a collective, you should be able to put some money together and go back home and set something up, even if you choose to come back over here or go back and forth. Very few of them do that, if any. Sure, you'll send remittances over to your homelands and see. Let's talk about that too. You know, they always try to tell us, oh, immigrants benefit the country, this, that, the third. No. If you sending remittances back home to your people, you taking money out of our economy that's not coming back in. That's not helping us. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. This going to sound fucked up. I would shut that shit down. No, you can't. Nope. Nope. You can't do that. I would not have nothing where they could send money back. Yeah, you heard me. And look, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. It's not just to be cruel. A lot of that shit where these remittances are being sent all over the place. Don't you know a lot of that shit is funding terrorism? Oh, yeah, we ain't just talking about continental Africans. We talking about other groups, man. A lot of these damn Islamic terrorists and Asian terrorists, how you think they getting their money? Huh? Yeah, a lot of people never thought about it like that. I would shut that down, man. Or if I did allow it, would be such a heavy tax on that shit where you wouldn't even bother sending it. I sure would. Yeah, that's how I stomp down I am with y'all. Better be glad I ain't in charge of nothing. Trying to tell you. We got another situation to examine here, though, because, see, this one is going to be a lesson about what happens when you go nest under somebody else's tree. And again, this is a woman, so I give her a bit of leeway, but she wouldn't have to be fleeing all over the place from her homeland if the men got together and said, damn it, this is our home. We're going to make this a place where our women and children are proud to be and they can be safe, and we're going to have opportunities for them so they ain't got to flee all over the place. I want you to listen to what this lady here is about to say.
Now, to say that it's an Irish thing is a way of being dismissive toward the matter. I know that with the older generation, it was something that was normalized back then, but yeah, we're not going to dismiss it and just say it's an Irish thing, because we should all be doing better. As for the older generation,
in case you wonder what she's talking about, an Irish person called her half caste or something like that. Now, she's over there in Ireland, okay, for the context of this. She's over there in Ireland trying to tell them what they should and shouldn't say. Now, for historical context, yes, I know that the original inhabitants of Ireland was a tiny tribe of black people, okay, that were over there. That's where they get the term pygmies and all that stuff. That's not the official name of that tribe. But when you hear that old Irish tale about St. Patrick's running the snakes out of Ireland, that's what they're talking about, running that tribe, smaller black people out of Ireland, just stealing people's land all over the place. So they not even the original inhabitants of that land. But boy, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. I digress. But family, she's over there in what now is their country, telling them what they should refer to her as. Now, see, this is the sad thing. Because a lot of us, and y'all remember on this channel, I showed you footage of during the pandemic, when a lot of those African exchange students were going up to Ukraine and they started kicking them out on the streets in the cold up there. Man, and you talking about some frigid weather, boy, listen. You had an experience, that's a brand new type of cold if you've never been to that side of the world. And I have, okay? Brand new type of cold. Kicking them out on the streets. Chinese did the same thing, started blaming the beer bug on African students, kicking them out. Family, they go to these people's countries expecting them to conform to their standards. You're not going to run the yard in somebody else's house. You're not. That's one of the most dangerous things in the world to do, especially if you're a woman. You go running over to these people's country because anywhere is better than home to you instead of trying to go to the next stable African or Caribbean country over. You go around where you completely outnumbered by them folks. Man, listen. Ireland, I've seen the place. Beautiful scenery. Would never live there. Hell no. You be fighting whooping ass every day. They got all kinds of little racist shit. They got little traditions and customs over the swarthy Pete and all this other bullshit. Oh, man, boy, y'all just don't know the half of it. I'm not saying all Irish people are like that, but it's enough of you over there that are, okay? Now, you got some Irish folks over here that's all right, they're cool. But over there, shit, no. But yet and still, you have these folks, they'll run their ass over to the whitest place. Look, family, you got continental Africans all in fucking Poland, Sweden, parts of Russia, Guangzhou, China, which is called Chocolate City, nicknamed that because there's so many continental Africans there. Huh? Just all over the place, anywhere but home. And you go to places where there ain't no other black people. Man, you couldn't pay me to do that, man, and stay there. Hell no. Visit is one thing. Stay, nope. Why don't y'all listen to the rest of this, though?
Understand, because it was normalized back then, but when it came to my generation, we started putting that shit in line that no, it's not okay. And now with the millennials and the what is it, Gen Z, they definitely should know better, because we should be a lot more woke than that. Woke isn't a left thing. It just means of being self-aware of also what's going on in your surroundings. So yeah, please never just dismiss anything like, oh, you know, it's just an Irish culture thing. Because what you're saying is that it's a part of Irish culture to display a form of racism because it's just how it is. No,
Do you hear what she just said? How you gonna tell them what their culture is? No, you and look how she paused and just was hesitating to say the word racism. Now you better call it what it is. It's white supremacy. You better get your goofy ass off from over there if you're over there by yourself. Probably over there chasing some Irish white man. No, man. Them people know exactly what their culture is. You don't get it. You don't get it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hope that she's safe. And if she was smart, she'd get her ass off from over there. Because all this running. Look, let me say something, man. I've said this many times. I don't knock anybody for leaving a bad situation. I would never tell you to stay somewhere where it's just so destitute, so bad you can't make it. But if that's not the situation, at least do some research on where you run into. Not just what it is in the present. You better look at the history of a place. A lot of people don't understand. You know, you hear people say, oh, it's 2025. I can't believe this happened. The reason certain things continue to happen in present day is because it comes from historical tradition. It's always good to learn the history of any place that you're going to travel to on this planet. They just take off running, just hop, wherever the inner tube take me. Okay, cool. When you get there, man, the motherfuckers come out in leprechaun costumes and shit. Get her. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You better know where you going. You not finna shame or browbeat these people into not being racist towards you. You in that country. What you doing there? Why are you flocking to places where there are no other black people? Let's let it continue.
We as a human species, we evolved to be better beings. And that's what we should thrive for each day.
You think a white supremacist give a fuck about being a better human being? Here, them motherfuckers aren't human beings. They're posing as human beings. They're demons in human skin. You think that you're going to shame one into not being what they naturally are put here to be? You don't reason with evil. The only thing you do with evil is dispatch that or neutralize it. That's it. That's what a smart person does. But, you know, we don't know anything, you know, and trying to use our words, woke and all that stuff. She can barely get that out of her mouth what that actually means. Man, come on, man. That's what they're dealing with, though. Bottom line is, if you are a non-FBA person, wherever you're going to go to, please do your research on where you're going. Now, we got to get back into this whole thing here with Miss Joy Ann Reid, who failed to read the room. That's right. I'm going there just as in the thumbnail and the title. Family, I want y'all to check this out because this is something that needs to be talked about here. I'm going to break some things down. And shout out to my good brother, Philip Scott, because this is where we're going to be reviewing this from. Check this out.
Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Democrat donors are very upset. They are still pissed off about how much money they lost with Vice President Kamala Harris. And let's go ahead and check this out because they saying that they not about to give a dime to that party. Democrat donors turn off the flow of money. Now they say Democrats are anxious to rebuild a party on the heels of President Trump's victory in November, but they have a major problem as they try to refashion their brand. The money isn't there. Democratic donors from bundlers to small dollar donors say they are still angry about the election results and uninspired by anything their side has put forward since then. They quote say, "I'll be blunt here. Democrat Party is a effing terrible, plain and simple." One major Democrat donor said, in fact, it doesn't get much worse. A second donor was equally as pointed. They want us to spend money, and for what? For no message, no organization, no forward thinking. The thing that's clear to a lot of us is that the party never really learned the lesson in 2016. They worked off the same playbook and the same ineffective strategies, and to what end? And I said much of the consternation, I say, among the donor community stems from the unprecedented 2024 election cycle, where many felt misled by the party and former President Biden's re-election campaign. Until the Democratic debate in June, donors and fundraisers were led to believe Biden could once again defeat Trump, even as many had serious reservations about it. But when Biden badly botched the debate, inflaming fears about his age, donors felt the campaign continued to hoodwink them.
Now, you hear the report that Brother Phil is reading here from the Hill, okay? Family, it's like we always said, man. These big money donors, the Hollywood elite class, corporate America, these corporate executives, hey, they want a return on investment and they didn't get it. They clearly didn't get it. And they still trying to figure out where Kamami and Pimp Hand Doug done stashed that money because they $20 million in the hole, okay? Let me tell you something, man. Kamami and Doug, and I'm not wishing this on them, they better be careful, man. They better be careful. Because one thing I do know, when you get to playing with them folks' money like that, and you don't have no answers or you're not repaying anything, that's when accidents start happening. I know. I'm just being honest. That's when accidents start happening. So they better be careful, man. If she was smart, she would be through with politics, okay? Go sit down and live your life with Pimp Hand Doug, whatever money that you stole from them people, if that's what you did, allegedly. You better enjoy that, okay? Hey, go take a vacation. If I was her, as badly as I lost, I would go out the country somewhere and just chill. I would. I'm like, you know what? Hey, man, I'm done. I'm cool. Let me leave. But you know, they're the smart people. Ski-wee, right? Ski-wee. Let it continue.
Outwardly expressing their concerns to aides. They're saying even as they when former Vice President Kamala Harris took the reins as a Democratic nominee, donors say they poured gobs of money into what was ultimately a campaign that ran an outdated strategy. Then Harris lost, and morale among Democrats has been in the gutter ever since. They say this is worse than 2016. The first Democrat donor said, "Our party is so weak and so diminished." And you know why? Because FBAs have left you. They have abandoned you. The grassroots of FBAs left you. That's why you're diminished.
That's right. It's political punishment time, and we are just getting started serving gourmet political punishment. That's right. Gourmet political punishment. I am encouraging all of my people to put your chef's hat on and make sure that you whip up the coldest, most cruel political punishment that you can hand them and let them know that the only way that we will stop serving this dish of political punishment to you is if you come to us with proof of concept policy, because your word is no good now. We need proof of concept policy, meaning that while you're not in office, you need to get busy doing things and putting together lineage-based programs for Black people. You need to get to working on how you're going to give us these cash payment reparations, okay, because that's what we're going to need. Okay, cash first. Everything else can come after that, but it's going to have to be cash first. You're going to have to atone for playing with our reparations over there with the California Reparations Commission. You and your boy Gruesome Newsom over there. We told you was going to pay for that. See, now that these Democratic bootlicking boule shields on these network television stations understand how much power the foundational Black American grassroots have, oh, they shook now. They're shook, and now they're angry because, hey, look, you know, we cutting into them bags they was getting, family. See, let me tell you something. 2 universal languages everybody understand. Loss of blood and and loss of money. And we not putting hands and feet on nobody, but we damn sure cutting into these bags now. Oh yeah, because see, when we delegitimize them, hey man, these people ain't gonna keep kicking out them bags to Boule Sharpton and Boule Bird Martin. It's over with. Yeah, Sandwich Sultan finna go on a diet. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how you know that it's really getting bad. If you look up over there on that goofy show that Roland Martin claims to have, and you see him start slimming down, yeah. Don't believe what we say. Just look at his lack of weight there. Boy gonna be sweating bacon bits on it. Let's let it continue.
That said, Democrat strategist Steve Scale, who served as director of the pro-Biden super PAC Unite the Country, attributes some of the donor reluctance to fatigue, which has happened after every election. The Democrats are broken into 1,000 pieces, and they don't know how to pick it back up. They don't know what to do. They're lost. They're confused. They're saying, where do we go from here as the Democrat Party? They don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But I want you to understand that it's been FBAs that have been holding that party together. And when FBAs say, yeah, I'm good, I'm out, I'm not fooling with this party no more, I'm sitting it out, I'm sitting at the house, they don't know what to do. But see, Democrats, it's your own fault. You prioritize immigration. Look at how the immigrants helping you right now. You prioritize LGBT. Well, it's a numbers game, right? People who are representative of the LGBT community is what, 2% of the country?
Salute to the good brother Latrabia Lawson for the cash out. Thank you, my good man. And you know what? Brother Phil is right about that stat. It's between 2 and being generous, 3% of the country. And when he said that, when we saying that, okay, we're not talking about just the white community. That's all demographics in this country of the LGBTQ community. All of them together comprise 2 to 3% at the maximum. So, as Brother Phil is saying here, it's very foolish and asinine to waste all your political capital on catering to the minority group. But see, the reason why they did that and trying to flood us with immigrants, because they thought they was going to get them over here and finesse and give them IDs and replace us as the voter base. And then, like we said, most of them that came over here, you saw them. We will vote for Donald Trump. Okay, yeah, that's what they did. We told you it was going to happen. Look at God. You come over here and you try to hand us more malevolent neglect, and you got exactly what we told you was going to get. Yeah. So when we sat back and assessed this, we're like, okay, cool, you got it. No tangibles, no black votes. See, they thought that was just a hashtag or a slogan. A lot of people did. We're like, okay, no, that's what you think now. Just wait. And see, that's the thing, too. When it comes to dealing with these types of situations, we got to be more about showing these people than telling them. Like, okay, cool. Don't believe me. Just watch. Yeah, we'll show you. We'll show you far better than we can tell you. And see, when we get organized and on code, there's nothing we can't accomplish. These people are shook now, family. And I already told you, I can't wait to see this party crash and burn and choke on its own political vomit. I can't wait, because they deserve it. They've given us 60 plus years of brutal mistreatment, malevolent neglect. That's what I'm going to call it. They know what we want, putting out little memos like in 2016 to Hillary Clinton. Oh, listen to them and hear them out, but don't make any promises. Okay, cool. No problem. That's how you want to play the game. Now you're getting a taste of what happens when you get organized political punishment. And there's more to come. Always more to come. I'm going to make sure I do my part to handle much more of this than they can possibly stomach. I'm talking about, family, we got to feed them big spoonfuls of it until they can't stand it anymore. Because I already tell you what they're going to do. I think they're going to try to run Jasmine, the jackass Crockett, okay? Jasmine Crockett bullshit, as I call her. They're going to try to run her, and with some other white person, or Hakeem Jefferson, another white person. They'll be crazy if they try to run two black people together. They know America ain't going for that. You got to have a white overseer in there somewhere, okay? That's not going to work. But if they tried it, that would be foolish. Or I'm going to tell you where I will be laughing my head off my shoulders. If they go ultra liberal stupid, imagine this. And I was talking about this on X earlier today. Imagine if they just lost their minds and said, you know what? We gonna crash all the way out. We ain't giving these Negroes nothing. We know what they like. They don't know nothing. We gonna give you more of the same. We gonna run Jasmine Crockett and AOC. We gonna have 2 women running. A woman president, a woman vice president. Boy, can you, it will, if I hope they do that. I hope somebody tells them that's a good idea. Run Jasmine Crockett and AOC if you want to. Do that. Please, because look, I'm telling you, don't be surprised if you be like, damn, GBS, you called it. And when they do that, oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Man, I am going to literally get champagne. I'll probably get on camera, be like, you know what, fam, let me go ahead and pop this bottle of champagne. Well, nah, can't promote drinking on YouTube or that to the kids, okay? But I'll do something. I will pop a bottle, goddammit. I'm telling you, that will be the end. They will go down in flames, and I will laugh my ass off. I'm telling you. Because, see, they desperate now. They're going to come up with some goofy idea like that. Because they know pulling out this goofy HR 40 bill, that study, that ain't going to work. That's not going to happen. So they trying to figure it out. They trying to put together some type of Frankenstein monster. You see, you can't count on these illegal aliens because the orange man is getting them up out of here, baby. So much for your replace black people with the illegal alien voter base plan. How's that working out for you? Oh, boy, the tears. Oh, the Democrat tears. I love them, family. That's what they trying to do. But anyway, like I said, those are just some things that I foresee that will probably happen. And if it does, hey, just keep feeding them out more on rope and let them hang themselves. Let's let it continue.
But yet you spoke for them like they represented 50% of the country. You sat up here and promoted abortion when a lot of people don't agree with it, but yet you promoted like everybody in the country agrees with that, and that's what they want to do. That's what you were focused on. Black people forever say, hey, do something for us. Hey, you putting all these immigrants in our cities and papering them up, and you ain't doing nothing for us. Let me tell you something, Democrats. What really hurt y'all during the Biden presidency outside of the economy is how y'all stacked all these migrants in the cities where black folks at. Black folks are hungry. Black folks are starving. Black folks are struggling. And we watching people who just came here yesterday walking around with EBT cards loaded up. Walking around watching grown men and women who living for free in hotels, luxury hotels, right? While FBAs is struggling to pay rent or being gentrified out of their neighborhoods. But a bunch of people that just came over yesterday, free rent, free food. That's the life. That's like living with your mama all over again. And FBAs had to sit there and watch that, and it was you, Democrats, who did it. Why do you think black folks will go put you back in office when you were doing that?
Brother Phil brings up an excellent point, and see, this is where we got to bring up the old cliche saying because it's very valid and very relevant into us structuring the proper, brutal political punishment that we must give them. Family, for those of you that are on my Patreon, you know that I have over there, if you go and search for the entire fiscal budget for what all that illegal immigration costs, I got a chart on there state by state of how much money they spent. Then on top of these findings with this Doge, you know what I'm saying, audit that's going on. Then on top of that, you go to foreignassistance.gov and add all that up. Oh, they've had the money for our reparations for a long time, many times over. They could have paid us reparations 4 or 5 times over in the full amount. With all this money that they just kicking out left and right. Jim Crow Joe Biden making it rain on his little boo thing, Zelensky like he's his personal stripper. And they're going to tell us what they can't do and what they don't got? Oh, nah, hell no. No. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not forgiving their asses for a damn thing. Because here's one thing. Because you know, it's going to break the country. Now we starting to see, man, look, that goes to show you that we don't understand the sheer magnitude of wealth that was generated off the backs of our ancestors for well over 2 centuries. Compounded into the modern era. Any company that's over here that's over 100 years old was founded off of slave money, okay? And these people gonna tell us what they don't have? Most people couldn't even fathom that, but now we starting to get an idea of just how much money that was. any black person that's talking about we need to just go and vote blue no matter who, you got to be a whole fool and a half at this point without demanding something tangible for your vote. And see, let me go here with it too. When it comes to the land thing, I've said this many times, and Brother Phil is probably going to mention this in a little bit, but I want to reiterate this even before you get to it. Land, yes, that's cool. If you don't have enough money to pay the property taxes on your land, plus they could just say eminent domain and snatch your shit, get the cash first, okay? That way, even if you got your land eminent domain, okay, cool, you got money in the bank, you good. Just getting land and not having money to develop it or secure it, that's no good, okay? So I got to put that out there because you got a lot of black people that keep talking about, well, reparation could be land first. No, the cash must come first. Do you understand me? You better think about it this way. If you gave white folks an opportunity to either have land or cash, watch all that talk where they be talking about, oh my God, the dollar isn't worth anything. Watch they put all that bullshit to the side and be like, hey man, give me that bag. White people aren't stupid. They know this money is worth plenty. And they ain't, look, if they thought the dollar was devalued, they would have paid reparations a long time ago. You would have billionaires, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. They'll be walking around handing black people bags full of money because they'll be like, oh, these niggas don't know this money ain't worth nothing. You understand? So use your head on that. Let's let it continue.
Then you played with our reparations for too long. Oh, we're going to do a study. HR 40. We're going to do a study because you were just as anti-black as the Republicans have been when it comes to reparations. You're the same. And black folks have finally started figuring out that you are just the same as them. Don't just with them as they open about it. That's the difference. Gavin Newsom played with our reparations in California. And that was really the stick that broke the camel's back, was that. And once you did that, you think FBAs all over the nation didn't see that? You think that with those black folks in California that was upset, you think they didn't represent how FBAs feel in general about y'all playing with our reparations? But yet Doge come in here and y'all giving billions of dollars to all these foreign countries, billions of dollars in contracts to teach DEI when you could take them same billions of dollars and start doing reparations?
For those of you that are my Patreon members, I want you to go over to the search bar when next time you visit my Patreon and type in total cost of illegal immigration and watch what file pulls up. If you've never seen that, it covers all 50 states. You just start looking at them numbers. And y'all remember, I put that out last year and I was like, hey man, nah, do not listen to these people talking about, oh my God, there's no money for reparations. Bullshit. I think by now that I've been vindicated when I said that. Because a lot of people, oh, we don't know if you know what you're talking about. You see now? Huh? So yeah, I want y'all to do your homework on that for those of you that are members of the Patreon and you haven't yet. So let it continue.
And black folks supposed to go out and vote for you. Yeah, right. And you can send Jasmine Crockett out there all you want. You can send Ayanna Pressley out there all you want. They don't move the needle. They don't have the pulse of Black America. They don't. No, you have no black politician right now that could come in and see what they want. They want. Hopefully they can find an Obama type figure. Not Obama himself, because his name is Mud too. But they want somebody that can come in, be charismatic, have a message, and get black folks, motivated. Y'all don't have that. In order for you to get a black person like that, you're going to have to come off of all that what you're talking about, and you're going to have to give something up to black people. And black people don't believe them at the national level. Oh, we're going to do this for you. No. All you Democrats run the major cities. You start doing reparations in the cities.
I agree with Brother Phil wholeheartedly, and this is where proof of concept policy comes in at. Basically, that means, hey, listen, you might not be in the presidency, if you want to get back there, I need to see some good faith policy. Get started right now. Oh, we got to get no. You got all you need. You clearly had all you need when you was doing stuff for the illegal aliens, and you're still trying to push that. So if you want to even have an ounce of our precious time, and y'all know I teach y'all over here, time is the most precious non-renewable resource any of us have. You're going to make it worthwhile for me to give you any of my time. I need you to go from before me and bring me back some policy. And I don't need it to be something you got to tell me about. I need you to get busy with the policy. And I see the results of it. So that way, when we come talk again, I'll be like, oh man, I'm feeling the results of these policies. Good deal. I appreciate it. Now let's talk about what else you going to need to do. Because, you got a lot of work. It ain't going to be a one and done. Oh, no, Democrats. If you ever want the foundational Black American freedom vote again in any significant numbers, you're going to break bread. And look, the standard, here's the standard, family. The standard is going to be the same way you cut for them illegal immigrants. You better come on with it. We can't do that. Have a good day. There's nothing else to say. Let it continue.
Let Black folks see that's your platform from the national level all the way down to the local level. And you enacting reparations, not studies, but payments, cash payments. Some people say, what about land? Why would you want land when they can eminent domain you? They give you some land. Oh, there's a pipeline we want to put here. We're going to take your land. Oh, we want to put a railroad over here. Take your land. No. No way you could give me land. It has to be exempt from eminent domain. And they're not going to do that. So no, give me the cash. And if I want something, I'll do it on my own. You understand? Land would be the biggest finesse out of Black people. Give me some land. No, And then what's the point of having land? You have no money to work it. No, give me the money, and if I want land, I'll buy it, and I'll do anything I need to do, but I got to have the money. With the donors, that's what they have to understand. FBAs are checked out. See, the civil rights generation, a lot of them are very, very up in age right now in their 70s, 80s. A lot of them have passed away. A lot of them are passing away every year. And that's who was mostly the base for the Democrats, with the civil rights generation. Now you have our generation, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. We don't think like the civil rights generation. We like, no, you're going to give me something. If you're not going to give me nothing, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll be good on our own. We don't care about anything crashing and burning. We don't care. We ain't getting nothing no way. So Democrat donors, that's really what it is. Tell the party to give Black people our just due, you start winning elections.
And that's exactly what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be just due. It's going to have to be equivalent exchange. We're going to have proof of concept policy. And until we get that, Democrats, you will be receiving the most brutal, cruel political punishment served on ice that we can possibly give you. You deserve it. You put yourself in this situation. They crying about the orange man left and right, trying to scare people. Look, you're not going to scare us. We survived under Trump first 4 years. We're going to survive these 4 years. Okay? The fun and games is over. The gravy train has stopped. There is no more free Black votes. And I know some of the shillbillies, hey, they disappointed, talking about they're not going to support them. Good. I hope that continues. Hopefully some of them will actually start to come over here and listen to us now, because we told them how that was going to end, and they see how they all disappointed and upset. So they could come on over here and join the grassroots, and then let's make this thing count, where you have power in the political middle, which is to be politically independent. A lot of them fail to understand that that's something you can actually do. But we don't misunderstand it. We know exactly what power we're capable of and what we can do to this party if they refuse to play ball. The choice is theirs, and the ball is in their court. They can crash and burn or come with these policies and tangibles. So, family, I think I made the point over here tonight. Salute to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I have the greatest, most esteemed audience over here in YouTube We had our fun over here tonight, but I hope everybody learned several lessons from this. I will leave this up. If they do anything to it, I'll put it over on the Patreon. Gonna have a Patreon broadcast coming up tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be having an X Space this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The subject of the X Space is going to be, do you understand power? Okay, that's what it's going to be about. And I want to hear from the community on this because, see, this is a part of getting ourselves organized and on code, making sure everybody's on the same page, if everybody has the same understanding. So that's going to be the point of holding that X Space. But that's it. I want you to take care of your family. I want you to take care of each other. Remember, we are a great and mighty people. When we put our minds to do anything, it's going to get done. It's not over till we win. Salute to you, Black First, and I will see you all in future content.